Plus, this area's only free ski show featuring spectacular aerial ski jumps performed live. See displays from all the hot resorts. Meet representatives from all the major ski manufacturers. You can even demonstrate the rollerblade skates in the indoor skate rink. Yep. All free. During the original... This is all free, by the way. During the Princeton Ski Shop's Giant Stadium Ski Show and Sale at the Meadowlands starting today. Open weekdays until midnight. For information, call 1-800-ALL-SKIS. 1-800-ALLSKIS. And they'll give you all the information, okay? During the commercials, I'm trying to go through the blizzard of press that we're getting all over the country. I can't even keep up with it.
Well, you're going to have to keep hacking through it, Howard, or we'll always be behind.
Yeah.
Got to take the best.
Here's a bunch of articles from the Las Vegas Sun.
Yeah, what do they say?
You know, about us coming to the airwaves in Las Vegas.
How do they describe us?
Well, mostly it's about the guy who reported us to the FCC in Los Angeles because he lives in Vegas. And some of them are even encouraging him to do it to us in Vegas. That's freedom of the press.
I love newspaper people.
And here's just another announcement. Here's another one with me getting fined for indecency. Let me explain to people in the simplest terms, because people have said to me, what's going on with that indecency? What do you got to do? You got to go into court and stuff? Not yet, but the radio station is the one that gets fined. And they have to decide what to do, but no one's paying any fines as far as I know. So these fines are almost meaningless. Except for the lawyers you have to hire to defend you.
Yes, because you have to continue to correspond with the FCC. In legal terms.
There's something called the Las Vegas Review-Journal, who actually, I think, seems to be endorsing reporting me to the FCC. That's unbelievable. Maybe it's a law review, and the lawyers all want to make more money, so...
It's in their own interest.
Yeah. Oh, I see. No, they don't endorse it. They say it's bad. I don't know. I can't tell from this. I got to actually sit down and read it. It's kind of hard to read while I'm on the air,
Yes, Howard.
Since Mr. Westcott has so much time on his hands, perhaps he could next direct the attention of the FCC to the offensive documentaries so common on KLVX-TV Channel 10, which celebrate the centrally planned economies of various third-world countries eagerly racing back into the Stone Age while bemoaning the lack in America of good old-fashioned Socialist Workers' Party to take up the cause of the permanently oppressed. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're for us or against us.
I don't either.
I can't tell. It's just hard to believe that newspapers would be against us. Entertainment Tonight did a piece on me Friday night. I haven't heard it yet, but...
Oh, I didn't know that. Did you know it was happening?
No. It's about the FCC. That's all.
Well, I'd like to know what they had to say.
Want to hear it?
Yeah.
Here's some more stuff from Las Vegas. All about the guy who reported us to the FCC.
Well, he must be very happy seeing his name in the papers all around town.
Yeah.
Maybe now he'll go away.
Yeah. Here's the article about the lady who did the interview with us and now claims she had 250 death threats. That's the funniest one. I still can't figure out what answering machine she has.
I can't figure out who's getting the threats, the producer of the show or the person we actually talked to.
The person we talked to, which makes no sense. So she was trying to somehow, she only in the worst way wanted to tie me in with it, like somehow I had endorsed this or something, but you can't.
Right.
First of all, why, if you're getting death threats, why would you go in the newspaper and publicize it so heavily? Wouldn't you want it to go away?
Isn't that like soliciting more?
That's so funny. People are so desperate for attention. Las Vegas Sun. Let's see what this is. Las Vegas Sun. This is another one about us coming to Vegas and about the guy who's, going to report us to the FCC. He's got a whole career out of us.
I don't know how you make money doing this.
You don't make money. You just kind of get recognition, if that's what you want in life.
How does he make his money? That's
I don't know.
I wanna know.
He says he's a musician. I haven't heard any of his music on the radio lately, but...
Maybe that's what we have to do, play his music.
Maybe if we play his records, he'll leave us alone. Okay, here's Entertainment Tonight. Let's just hear this. I haven't heard it either.
How you doing, John?
Hi.
Well, that's Steve Gorilla. That's a different tape.
Dirty Wizard. Oh.
What is this? Where is everybody this morning? E.T. report. That doesn't sound like Entertainment Tonight, does it?
Down in the dirt together.
Sweaty, hot, sticky, stinky, wet monkey love.
That's gross.
What is
This
this?
is a collection of radio people.
Yeah, but why didn't it start at the beginning?
I don't know what Scott did.
What did he do?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
You better back up, Gary, because I just farted. That's the beginning, Scott?
That's the beginning.
Where do you hear Mary Hart going?
Don't they introduce the piece?
That's all I got fed. I mean, I don't have the actual tape.
Oh, I see. Next time, tell me, all right? Because I just started playing it, and it sounded...
I think they just started it with a clip of a DJ, and then John Tesh does his voice.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. So these are various DJs saying things?
Yes.
Oh. Is it supposed to be me on the radio?
No.
Yeah, but don't you think people would get that impression?
Well, they probably have pictures to go with it.
Dirty Wizard. Roll around in the dirt together.
Sweaty, hot, sticky, stinky, wet monkey love.
That's gross.
They are radio's rude boys, the on-air personalities who titillate listeners by breaking down taboo.
It's the blonde Frankenstein doing a report. Maybe this is his way of getting me, by playing a bunch of bad disc jockeys and making it seem like it's me.
The shows pull down big ratings by featuring outrageous stunts and crude language.
You see, that's what I would do. I'd get a big black guy, one that looked like Mighty Joe Young, and sleep with him. I think that would do it.
Howard Stern, who broadcast out of...
What was that?
I don't know what you were talking about there.
I get a big black guy to sleep with Mighty Joe Young?
No, that looks like Mighty Joe Young, I think you said.
Well, that's not shocking. Do you remember me saying that? First of all, where did they...
That's totally out of context. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know. They just try to get something that's inflammatory, and they just play 3 seconds of it. It's so fair, isn't it? It's really good journalism. Imagine somebody saying something like that out of context.
Sounds terrible when it's hanging there by itself.
Yeah, man. And plus, where do they get that tape?
Off the radio.
Yeah, but they must have gotten that recently. I don't remember saying that recently.
No, that doesn't have to be recent.
Mm-hmm. You're saying they could have old tape.
Sure.
All right.
New York has gone nationwide, but that may have cost him. FCC regulators have slapped his Los Angeles affiliate with a $105,000 fine based on this formal complaint, which was filed by listener Al Westcott.
What I would hope occurs here is that the broadcasters get the message to simply clean up their act.
What he hopes. This is what he hopes.
This is what he wants to do. He's determined that he should be the airwaves cleaner-upper.
Yeah.
He's appointed himself.
He's a musician who likes the Grateful Dead. Explain that. Did you read that about him?
Looking at him, I could tell he liked the Grateful Dead and has probably spent a long time on a bus.
The Grateful Dead, you should see what goes on at their shows. Talk about dangerous.
Well, and there are plenty of kids there.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not protecting them.
Well, you can't protect them at the Dead shows. There's no way you figured out how to do that. You're going to protect them from us.
Especially during a time period when young minds, children, potentially are in that audience.
Oh, good. Great. Young minds.
I would really like to know about this guy. Why is he so concerned about young minds?
Yeah, we'll find out more about him later.
Hey! Kids listening to the show. So send them out of the room if you don't mind.
Bo Roberts of Q102 Dallas says...
Bo Roberts of Q102 Dallas.
Right, yeah.
That's our competitor.
The third case may be the beginning of an FCC witch hunt.
It happens about every 4 years. The FCC cracks down, and that's just the way they are. They twiddle their thumbs. They have nothing better to do, so that's what they do.
Bradley Jay, who airs on WBCN Boston...
Who? Flabby J?
Bradley J?
Oh.
says it's unfair for the government to single out one personality.
You make me puke. Go away. If somebody needs to be blamed, the most obvious person is the squeaky wheel, and Howard is the squeaky wheel. That doesn't mean he's indecent. It just means he's in your face.
However, Rick Chase of KMEL San Francisco says Howard was spoiling for a fight.
Anybody in radio knows Howard Stern. They've known what he's done. He's way, way, way over the edge. You know, talking about masturbation and stuff like that.
Not like those American women. Not whining all the time. She's a strong Nazi voice. Like being in bed with the Third Reich.
It would be interesting to see with...
So that was me just now, right?
Right. You were cut in there, and I think you were talking about Dr. Ruth.
Yeah, but I said something about Nazi women in the Third Reich. How is that dirty?
I don't know how that ties into masturbation, which is what that guy was leading up to.
Yeah, I got to talk about masturbation.
Clinton in.
The proper thing would be to have a clip of me talking about masturbation.
Sure.
From that regard, FCC. My show, I think twice about things I do now.
That's the feeling among other jocks, especially those in smaller markets like Dave Pratt, who broadcasts out of Phoenix.
I'm going to win a fight with the FCC. I'm not that big. I don't think Howard is either. The FCC runs the radio business. But then again, if we never question authority, what's the country all about?
Listen to that guy.
Well, you got a lot of questions, dude.
Yeah, Dave Pratt. Sounds like he's pretty confused. I'm in a small market. I'm not big enough to fight the FCC. I don't think Howard Stern is big enough to fight the FCC. But then again, if no one fights the FCC, who will question authority? You dickhead. What a dick.
He's totally confused.
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know.
Is he right or is he wrong? I don't know.
I don't know. He shouldn't fight the FCC, but then again...
Just because they're too big. But maybe that's why they need to be fought.
If he fights them, what happens to me? I don't know.
That other guy saying, I'm being more careful. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
They're proving to them that it works.
A spokesman for the Federal Communications Commission says the agency has no vendetta against Howard Stern or any other broadcaster. He says the agency only responds to complaints brought to it.
Yeah.
The station, fined for airing the Howard Stern show, says the company will respond to the indecency charge.
Yeah, well, that FCC is going down anyway with Bill Clinton in the office now, so hopefully this wave of censorship we're now enjoying, this new wave of censorship that's going to clean up all the problems of the country. We had a stabbing here in New York of a Jewish guy. They had a guy who confessed to it. They let him go free.
That's our fault.
Yeah, but they blamed it on us, I guess.
Yeah. That woman over in New Jersey
who just got killed,
dragged out of her car, raped and killed, probably.
Yeah, nobody worries about that. Too. Yeah, nobody worries about that
stuff.
If
we go away, Howard, all that goes away.
How come the FCC never looks into, like, the bureaucrats who are supposed to monitor these prisoners and paroles and stuff? How come?
Nobody pays for that stuff.
Yeah, how come they never sit and slap fines on the people who let prisoners out of prison too early?
Or dock their salary every time they misjudge somebody.
Yeah, it's amazing. That they don't worry about. They worry about what's on the radio for us because we're too stupid to figure it out. We need a Las Vegas musician who I never heard of to figure out for us what we should listen to. We'll see who wins this battle. We'll see.
I don't know, Howard. The FCC's big.
You can't beat me at this battle because you know what? I'll be more than happy to leave this job. I'm telling you, I would be. I'd be more than happy. If the radio station came to me tomorrow and said, listen, we can't have you on anymore because we're afraid of the FCC, I would be more than happy to leave. They're blaming us for drive-by shootings because when we go to commercial, people get bored and they shoot each other. You're on the air in...
Everything is our fault.
You're on the air in Dallas.
Hey, Howard.
Hey, man.
All Media.
Thank you.
Hey, they don't do any promotion for your show down here in Dallas. None whatsoever. No billboards, nothing.
That's all right. I didn't ask them to.
Well, I knew that you were going to be on here, and for me to find out what station, I had to scan the dial until I found you.
I don't think it's... Well, that's probably the way everyone's going to find this. What's going to happen in Dallas is people will start talking about the show. You'll tell somebody, someone will tell somebody, and that's how it usually works. I have found that we need very little promotion. When these stations sign us, like the station in Dallas...
Well, but that's what people are used to. Even here, where we're number one, if I have friends come into town, they walk around, they go, how come there are no billboards of you guys? How come there are no bus signs of you guys?
Yeah, I know.
We don't need it.
Yeah, I said, well, why should we waste money on that if we don't need it? And that's a lot of money to pay competitors of ours. When you think about it, you place an ad on TV, they compete for advertising dollars. Sure. Why should we give it to them? We don't need it. We just don't need it.
Okay. Well,
because the rest of the radio dial blows so bad that people just seem to find this on their own.
Well, I'm just afraid that they pull you off. I'll have to listen to some idiots or something.
Yeah, I know. I know how that is.
But don't be afraid.
Okay.
We're not afraid, so you don't be afraid.
All right, well, thanks.
All right, man.
Bye.
Bye. Cleveland, you're on the air. This is Cleveland, Robin.
Oh, Howard, we got you. Hey, I want to hear your opinion on a book called None Dare Call Conspiracy. I've heard a couple other talk shows, and they kind of play it down like there's no truth to it and that kind of crap. All that.
What did you even say?
I don't know.
The book called None Dare Call a Conspiracy by Gary Allen.
None dare call it conspiracy?
Right, by Gary Allen.
I thought it was one word he was saying, Nunder.
I thought he said Monday conspiracy.
I said, Nunder, call it conspiracy.
He's a little high right now.
Accent coming out.
You been drinking this morning, sir?
Yeah, I had a couple of beers.
Yeah, I can tell you slurring your speech pretty bad. He's at the point where he's had quite a few, and he's starting to philosophize. There's no women
Now
around.
he's ready to take on a conspiracy.
There's no women around. He's reading a book. He's like, Howard, you got anything?
I'm sitting here trying to get through to you guys, watching my cat lick his butt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It puts me in a trance, you know?
Monday at 6 a.m. party time in Cleveland.
Nunder, call it conspiracy.
Yeah, hey, let me ask you something, Howard. I'm sitting here drinking, having a few brews. And, what is this book called again?
Come on, you had to hear of it. None dare call it conspiracy. It came out about 20 years ago by Gary Allen. Talks about, the people who started the Federal Reserve, the international bankers, all that crap.
Oh, what are you talking about? The book by that lunatic? What's that guy? What is that whole?
Gary Allen.
No, but what is that whole organization? The ones that have all the conspiracy theories?
Wait a minute.
LaRouche?
Yeah, I believe.
What is it? What are you, a LaRouche? Are you a LaRouche?
No.
No, he's a drinker.
I know he's a wacko, but there's people who endorsed his book, like congressmen and...
Sir, I asked you a question. Is it a LaRouche book?
No, it's not.
It's not?
No. It said been...
but
I don't know.
about the
endorsed
Trilateral
by,
Commission?
Dr. Barney Finkel, president of the Jewish Right, and another guy, former dean of Notre Dame Law School. I mean, these guys put their reputations on the line endorsing this book, so I know sure they're not...
So what is the thesis of the book that you want to know? I have not read this book. I don't read
We're
books.
talking about the Trilateral Commission.
Right, those people, right. And whenever I hear this, I've heard a couple of other people calling the talk shows, and they kind of poo-poo it like, they've studied into it, they find no fact for it, no...
There is no truth to any of that.
Yeah, right. You haven't even heard of the book, so how the hell do you
I
know?
told you. You guessed my opinion I gave you one, and now you're insulting me.
Well, why don't you buy the book and read it? And
I'm not going to read it.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. I'm not going to read it.
Your girlfriend there.
Sir, let me ask you something. Why don't you, never mind about my girlfriend, why don't you just clean up your act?
In what way?
And get a little sleep.
Like those right-wingers, you're bad-mouthing on the radio all the time.
Why don't you get a little sleep?
I just woke up.
Oh, you just woke up and you're drunk?
Still drunk?
I got a hangover, man. I tell you.
All right.
Let's hear your...
I told you it's not true, that book.
Now, how do you know?
I told you it's not. What, now you're going to question how I know?
I'd rather hear, what's your name?
I love all these people sit at home, drunk, worrying about whether there's a trilateral commission in this country and whether somebody's controlling their life. They're sitting there worried about it. Just go, you know what, you got to do what I do. I get up in the morning, I shave or something, and then I come here, I cook a little breakfast in the microwave oven, I do my job, I go home, I talk to my wife and kids, and then I go to sleep. That's what you got to do. Stop worrying about all the problems of the world, okay?
If there was a Trilateral Commission and we disbanded it, how would it affect your life?
Yeah. How's that going to help you?
You don't think somewhere down the line...
Down the line, way down the line.
You don't even know. Listen to me. I want you to reach over your head right now. Tell me something. Do you feel any strings?
No.
All right. So no one's controlling you, okay?
You don't think so?
No. I don't think anybody.
What are they making you do?
Yeah.
Drink and wake up with a hangover?
Hey, you read... Now, wait a second. We didn't read the book. You read the book, right? Now, after reading the book, how do you feel your life is being ruined by the Trilateral Commission?
How about the banking system? How about the debt? How did national debt? How did debts get started? In this
All right,
country?
you want to know how the debt got started?
Right.
It's called the country spent too much money.
Right, but how did that concept ever get started in this country?
I'll tell you how it got.
Nobody ever thought of credit.
I'll tell you how it got started. Do you have a credit card?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever put more on your credit card than you can afford for the month?
Yeah, but these are...
That's how it got started, genius. Thank you. Goodbye.
That's where the concept came from.
Yeah, I can't handle you. How is it that reading this book, you are obviously upset by this book. You call me up and ask me if I read the book. I don't even pay attention to such nonsense. Now, let's assume there is a Trilateral Commission. How has it ruined your life?
I'm not saying it's ruined my life at this point in time.
Yeah. Oh, later on it's going to ruin your life.
You think these people are fools who risk their reputations and careers who endorse this book?
Listen to me. I want you to return that book to the library before your head explodes, all right?
How do you know where those people are now?
This guy's already become an alcoholic from reading this book. He's like freaking out. Howard, I read a book. Howard, I read a book, and look at all these guys endorsing it.
Doesn't even matter who those
Say hi
guys
to
are.
Mike and Tom so they know I talked to you, will you?
All right, very good. Goodbye.
See ya.
All right. Let me tell most of you out there, you read these books, you get all worried. I say,
Sometimes you're not bright enough to be reading these books.
what do you think? Everyone can handle these kind of books? All right, very good. Let me tell you about Gateway Toyota. I'm going to do a little commercial here for Gateway Toyota because this is what this guy needs to hear.
This is about all he can handle.
He's over in Cleveland with a hangover. Riddick Bowe will just be next in the line of many guys who have tried to unseat him.
That's right, and been defeated.
Odds makers in Las Vegas made this event the first heavyweight championship to open at even money in more than 30 years. Two undefeated warriors in what may be the highest, which may be actually a better word to describe would be the biggest heavyweight matchup in the last decade. See this heavyweight battle live from Las Vegas on pay-per-view television. As a matter of fact, later on next hour, I will give away 2 trips to Las Vegas to see this big event with Kurt Waldheim Jr. Yes, Kurt Waldheim Jr. will be playing Guess Who's the Jew. And if you can guess who the Jews are, you will get, what, Robin? You will get the trip to Vegas?
Yes, you'll get accommodations. Box seats.
Box seats.
With celebrity Gary Delabate.
Right. Call your local cable operator right now, because if you don't win the trip, you're going to want to see it on TV. Holyfield Bowe, Friday, November 13th, live on pay-per-view. Thank you. See, a lot of people don't know how to call their pay-per-view guy. You know what I mean? I know because I once put on a pay-per-view special.
Well, how hard could it be, Howard? You pick up the phone. That's how you call
Yeah,
it.
well, they don't know the number. And there is no listing for your pay-per-view guy.
No, you have to turn on your cable system and look for the number.
Yeah.
They flash it on the show.
It sounds like an awful lot of work, if you ask me.
How do you think I found it?
Yeah? It sounds like a lot of work to me. Don't you have a special button that you press on yours?
No, I don't have one of those buttons.
Thought you had a button.
No, I have the buttons on my phone.
Yeah, and you use those?
Yes. Very simple.
You already ordered it?
Yeah.
I see.
Because all you do is call the 800 number, and you don't even have to talk to anybody. They already know where you're calling from and what cable box they're talking to, and they just say, thank you for ordering, now hang up so somebody else can call.
I can't see you.
I'm here. I swear I'm here.
I can't even see what you look like today. Oh, my God, are you lovely.
I'm radiant.
You are radiant today. Now I can see you.
Why are you not sitting low today? Are you
I am
feeling
low.
better? But you were lower last week.
Don't even ask how I'm feeling. All right, here. How's that? Is that better?
There you go.
All right.
Pretty soon he's going to have to use a periscope to see me.
I'm so sick of working. Got to find a
What
way.
do you want to do for a living now? You seem not to like this anymore.
Yeah, I'm sick of it. I'm sick
Have
of
you
it.
decided what you want to do?
Yes.
What do you want to do?
I'm embarrassed to tell you. I want to be a pornographer.
Well, you started out that way.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you now?
I can't get my chair the right height. Hold on. I don't like being that low.
Well, how is your back doing?
I don't want to talk about it. I had a bad experience.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
What was it?
No, I went to see somebody Friday for my back, and they did something horrible to me. I'm like in really bad shape.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I feel really weird. They, broke my back. I was almost all cured. Remember how good I was feeling on Friday?
Yeah, and then you decided to go see someone else.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they did a number on me.
I thought that was
So did I.
Oh, boy.
I thought it was a non-touching technique.
Right,
Evidently
and they
wasn't.
touched you?
Yeah. That's all. That's the only reason I want to get out of the business, because I'm just depressed. Because my back hurts.
Well, as soon as your back is better, you'll be all right.
Yeah. If it ever gets better again. It's been months now.
Whenever you get something, it hangs on for months.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I'm a tense guy. And when I do this show, it's the only time my back hurts. Or at least it used to. Now it's constantly chronic because
You're in pain all the time.
Because this guy twisted me up.
Oh, dear. Well,
Yeah.
why did you let him do that? You know it's not supposed to go that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I got caught up in it. I figured he knew what he was doing. You know, you don't know if somebody's doing the right thing until after they do it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, you're laying
That
there.
very, very important thing. Don't let anybody screw with it.
Don't let anybody touch you.
Make them beg before you let them touch
I think I'm so tall I have too many vertebrae.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's the
well,
problem.
Let's think about that.
I was almost completely recovered. My back had been hurting me. I was completely recovered on Friday. I felt great. And then I went to this guy.
I don't know why you were still looking for something if you were feeling great.
Well, it was my first day of feeling great, and I thought, I wanted to
last.
And plus, the thing I was going to was a non-touching technique. It was going to be fine. It was a very gentle technique and all that kind of stuff. And it actually is very good to go once in a while, just in general, even if you're not in pain. But the guy who, evidently what I found out is everybody does the technique differently. And this guy was very hands-on and had me, like, cradled in his arms. And I don't know, my whole back feels like it's ruptured from what he did.
He had you cradled in his arms.
Yeah, it was, like, really weird. Forget about it.
Oh, man.
I'm feeling really weird from it. I mean, my whole back is on fire now. I had a really bad weekend.
Because it was only in one spot before.
Now it's all over the place. Now it's like somebody took a hammer and beat me over the back with it.
Oh, jeez.
It's like unbelievable.
I've never seen anybody like you.
Yeah. You want to see somebody like me? I'll send you over to this place. He'll fix you. You'll be just like me.
He'll fix me.
Yeah. Never seen anybody like me.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know how you could, if you were feeling better, why go somewhere? I just don't understand.
Because I wasn't completely better, and it was my posture.
Charged up, running all around.
Robin, why don't you put a lid on it? You don't even know what you're talking about.
All right.
I was doing something that was good for me.
Well, look at you now.
Yeah. I don't know why you're charging all over. Well, speaking of charging, you don't stop charging all day.
But I don't complain.
Well, I wasn't complaining. You brought it up. You asked me about my back. I told you. I wasn't going to bring it up.
Oh, I just hear you moaning and sighing.
It's none of your business how my back is. What do you think of that? I'm not going to share anything with you. Tired of you.
You know you love to share with me.
No. I really don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I don't like it anymore.
I certainly didn't have to drag that out of you.
See, my wife said, "You going to talk about your back on the air today?" I said, "Nah, not really, unless somebody asks."
And you know I was going to ask.
It's bad enough I have a pain in the back. Rob's being a pain in the ass, so now it's like...
I just want you to feel uniform. I don't want one spot on you not hurting.
You're taking care of that all right. And by the way, this morning I want to thank a woman named Kim Sunderland.
Yes.
And you should too, Robin. Kim Sunderland is a reporter for the Washington Business Journal who wrote a very favorable thing about how she doesn't want the government deciding what she should listen to.
Kim, you are a brilliant woman.
Yep. Kim says, here I am. I'm going to make what some might consider a bold statement. I listen to shock jock Howard Stern.
Well, I object to that.
Yeah.
Go on, Kim. Go, girl.
Am I really that shocking that I should be a shock jock?
I think that it's a name that stuck. People started calling you shock jock 10 years ago.
She says, I can hear conservatives, feminists, and FCC buffs gasping for air already. But then she says, I'm worried about this government agency clamping down on free speech, not to mention telling me how to raise my kids.
Yes.
She goes, some rules are important, since we don't want people yelling the F word over the airwaves, even though it may be common language in many households, bars, and schools. But she says, Stern, who talks about masturbation, sodomy, and homosexuality, among other things, doesn't use the F word on his show, nor do his guests. He has a list of other words they don't use as well. Personally, I think I can decide what my daughter should or shouldn't hear. Like many parents, I take the time to listen and learn beforehand.
Thank you.
And like my working parents, I may not always be home to monitor what is being seen or heard. With some consistency and a decent set of morals, I believe that eventually I'll be able to trust my child's judgment. Well... You're one of a few, Kim. She says the bigger an issue anyone makes of Stern, the more popular he will become. Audiences, like customers, vote with their feet. Like Stern says, if you don't want to hear it, change the dial. That's your vote. And one of the few journalists I've seen to come out with a clear endorsement of the program. Not only admitting that she listens to it, but that she would like to see it stay on the air.
But she also makes some good points about what the FCC... I don't care if you don't like the program and you're a journalist.
Yeah.
You shouldn't want to see government censorship.
Yeah.
Or abridgment of First Amendment rights.
Especially if you're a journalist.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah. I'm agreeing. Okay.
Journalists, first among them, should be worried about such things.
Hey, Gorillo, get in here, man. We want to listen to your tape. We can take a quick listen to Gorillo. He was with Joan Kennedy. Gorillo, here's what happened. Stuttering John goes to this place earlier in the week. He did an interview, or at least he attempted to do an interview with, who was it, Robin?
Luciano Pavarotti.
Luciano Pavarotti. And Luciano was about to talk with John, and John got snatched up by a security guard and thrown out.
Yes.
I believe it was the same guy that did that to me.
Yeah, well, this guy better be cool, because I'm going to tell you something, man. He can get that bookstore in a lot of trouble.
This guy's a mental patient.
Really?
He's a dick.
He's a dick. Does he lay his hands on you?
He grabbed me by the back of my collar and dragged me out of the store.
You could sue the bookstore for that, you know.
Really?
He's not allowed to do
Doesn't your
that.
neck hurt?
Let me
A
tell you
little
something.
bit.
The day that a goon is allowed to tell you what you can ask as a journalist. Now, listen, Steve Gorilla, when he's holding that microphone and gets permission to ask questions,
For a radio station.
he's a journalist. And no one is allowed to sit and say, I don't like the question, I'm going to boot you out. He's not allowed to physically lay his hands on you.
Joan had no problem with it either. It wasn't. I asked the last question.
I'm going to look into it because this guy is a little bit nuts. And, you know, someone's got to file a complaint against the bookstore.
Cool.
Where are these lawyers now who, usually call and say, you don't know what's wrong with you. Go to see this doctor, Mr. Gorilla.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so there it is. Gorilla, beaten up. Like, you know what this is like? This is like El Salvador. Journalist trying to do his job, and there he is, beaten up. Isn't that right, Gorilla?
You got it, boss.
Fred, do your gorilla impression. It's so good.
I can't believe it. This guy picked me up and he booped me. Just grabbed me by the neck and threw me out the store. He's a dick.
He does you so well.
Yeah, I don't know what good it is.
I should just come in and talk like that all the time. Why
I should come in
bother?
and talk like that all the time.
Just do it all the time because Fred's gonna do it anyway.
Just do it all the time. Fred's gonna do it anyway.
You actually make your words sound like all one word. It's amazing.
It's like he's singing.
Yeah. How you doing with your radio show? You going to be on the air pretty much soon somewhere? You send out any audition tapes?
No, not yet.
Because your speech is so perfect. I can't imagine.
Now, you say that you're different when you're doing your own radio show?
I don't have my school. The funding, thanks to the Mr. Cuomo, our school's funding was cut, and they do not have a budget for the radio station.
So how are you
they
going
do not
to-
have one anymore.
By the way, I would like to thank Mr. Cuomo for that. As a matter of fact, I don't see why taxpayer dollars should go to funding school radio stations.
Well, funding, there's basic funding that goes to the school that was cut.
Yeah, good.
And it's all spread out through different school activities.
Yeah, believe me, it's fine. Would you stop banging? What are you doing? He's
Sorry.
banging on the wood.
Oh. So where are you going to get practice to become this great DJ?
Believe me, Cuomo did him a favor. He doesn't need any practice. When you listen to the radio, do you ever hear anyone who sounds like you?
Absolutely not.
I've never heard anyone that sounds
Well,
the
that's
way
why
you
he
do.
feels there's a niche for him, Howard.
You think that you're so unusual that people will respond to you as a radio announcer?
Hey, you never know.
Hey, you never know. Hey,
You never know.
You
The
never know.
funding's cut.
What was that?
The funding's cut.
By who?
Mr. Cuomo. You got no place to do your show.
So what are you going to do? You don't have an audition tape, so you can send it out to the
I
radio.
got another 2 years of school.
Oh, you do? I see.
So he'll
So
get
I've got a long way to go.
He'll get an audition tape.
Okay, so maybe after 2 more years, you'll have an audition tape.
Very possible.
All right, very good. Now, Gorilla actually went to this Joan Kennedy thing and got an interview with her.
Well, that's wonderful.
All right, let's hear what that was like. Now, I heard you got very nervous.
I was going to say, how did it feel?
I know
This is
why
your
John
first
stutters
time.
now.
You do, huh?
Whoever thinks that he doesn't stutter, they're wrong. I got up there and I was...
You stuttered.
You were nervous?
Really? Oh, man.
Oh,
I think
you-
I was more nervous. The questions weren't that bad.
No, we gave you easy questions.
Definitely.
Since
I
it was your
more
first time out.
The questions weren't that bad. I was worried about asking, but I was more worried about that guy that did that to John
Right.
being at the store because I know he was going to be there.
Your questions were fine. Who was this guy to sit and decide whether or not you can be in there?
He was there. There was some guy. John told me what he looked like, and I saw some guy. I said, that must be him.
If Mrs. Kennedy says, I don't want to speak with you, that's one thing. But
She was totally happy with the interview.
she was talking to you, and this guy can't lay his hands on you. What does he think he is? What is he, a bouncer in a bar?
No, and it's such a refined bookstore, and this guy's dragging me out of the store like.
Well, I don't know. He better be cool, this guy. He just doesn't know what he's doing. I think he's a little carried away with himself.
Yeah,
there.
you should play it. You should hear him. He's a nut.
Well, whether he's a nut or not, I don't know. I haven't had a psychiatric evaluation, but he cannot throw you out physically and use force like that. As far as I know, am I right, Robin?
It's a public event.
Yeah. And the guy isn't doing anything wrong.
That's right. So if a reporter shows up and wants to ask questions, he's not endangering anybody in any way.
Mm-hmm.
He's not impeding progress. So what's the big deal?
Well, let's find out what the big deal is. Give this a listen.
How you doing, John?
Hi, how
I'm
are
a big
you?
classical music fan. Yeah, the bottle. Yeah.
Now, this is Gorilla. What you're hearing there is...
making small
Kissing
talk.
up a little.
No, what he's doing is, you hear that paper? He's shuffling through papers.
No, actually, you know what it was?
What?
I had the microphone in my sleeve, so I was taking it out of my sleeve like
Oh, I see.
Oh.
All right.
Do you want to ask you a question for WXRK? My name is Steve. It's a classical music station.
Oh, hi, Steve. Yes.
Yeah.
He says classical. It's a classic music station. He goes classical
I was
music.
nervous. I was so scared.
What was the first? What did he say he was a fan of?
Bach. Oh, Bach.
I'm a fan of Bach.
I actually do like Bach, so I wasn't actually lying. Okay. And the name is?
Joan Kennedy.
Okay.
And your name is?
No, wait a minute. Hold on. She goes, I'm doing this for my book. And I said, the name is of the book I meant. And she gives me her name. I was trying to plug a book.
The Joan Kennedy book.
Yeah, and she said her name.
Okay.
Do you go to, excuse me, is Bill...
A lot of concerts.
Yeah, now I know. Why is Bill Clinton the new JFK?
Oh, I don't know whether I can make a comment on that. I'm just glad he won.
Oh, okay. So,
boy, are you nervous? Is Bill Clinton the new JFK?
He's out of breath. He's in terrible shape.
I almost started with the wrong question.
yeah. No, I wanted to give her an easy question first. I figured Bill Clinton was good enough. So I guess you're a Bill Clinton fan?
What?
You're a Bill Clinton fan?
Yes, I am.
Oh, very good. Why is JFK so sexy? JFK Jr. so sexy?
Oh, I don't know how to answer that.
No?
Oh, dear. I feel bad for Joan.
Yeah. You're going to drive her to the bottle, man.
She's so fragile.
No.
Okay, do you still go to AA meetings?
Where did that come from?
Did you have that written down?
I thought I crossed that one out.
That was the very last one.
Yeah, you're out of order. There's 5 questions.
Out of order.
We decided
that
on that
order.
one.
There was 4, and that was the last one.
Oh, man. Oh.
Nothing about her book, mind
It
you.
was 4.
Nothing about the book?
No, it was 4. I still have the questions. You give me 4
Give me the
questions.
sheet of questions that you had.
That
You're
seemed
nuts.
like a whole list of questions when I saw it. It was all typed out.
No, I crossed out most of
Oh,
them.
I see.
Can't answer that either.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you think you can sell my book?
Sure.
Okay.
What's your name?
Her name is Howard.
Howard?
Yeah.
Oh, he just told her his name was Steve.
She don't know. She's here. Why is JFK Jr. so sexy? Is Bill Clinton the new JFK? Did you know Tchaikovsky was a homosexual? What happened to that?
It's coming up. It's coming up. It's
I
not
thought you
done.
were finished.
Oh.
No, not at all.
Did JFK ever come on to you? And do you still go to AA meetings? That was the last one. Why'd you go out of order?
I was just reading whatever was there.
Boy, oh boy.
This guy.
Robin, look at this. They're completely numbered and typed.
Yeah, very simple. How could you get those out of water? It's not even.
It's not
like
that I
they're on
screwed it up.
pieces of
Retyped?
paper.
Yeah, they're typed and everything.
Oh, I thought they were on the other page out of order, so maybe it was nervous.
No.
They're typed in order?
Yeah.
And he went out of order?
I was just, you don't understand. That guy was hovering over me.
Yeah.
He was hovering the back, and I would try to get as many as I can out before he came and noticed me. So whatever I saw on the paper, I read it and I just asked him.
All right. Let's continue.
Listen to the music in the book.
Joan Kennedy wrote a book about how much she likes classical music.
Yeah. I guess some people can get a book out of anything.
Yeah. I'm
Now-
writing a masturbation book.
Now she's signing the book for me,
Yeah.
and this is why I didn't say anything, because now that guy walks over to the table, and I'm just trying not to look at him, and I was trying to hide the microphone, and he saw the questions in my hand, and he tried to grab them from me.
Oh, my
He tried to read them.
You can't do that.
You hear me say excuse me, because he's trying to grab them from me. Excuse me. Thank you. Did you know Tchaikovsky was a homosexual?
Tchaikovsky.
He played with the
truth. Ty Cobb.
No, Tchaikovsky, so like a Polish guy who
Yeah.
lives over
Excuse me, you know Tchaikovsky?
across the way.
Excuse me.
Tchaikovsky.
Did you know Tchaikovsky was a homosexual?
He's got the papers crinkling. He's like, one stupid question. Excuse me.
Did you know Tchaikovsky was a homosexual? Excuse me, thank you. This is where he grabs my back. Thank you, I purchased my book. Okay, what do you think of Howard Stern?
She's saying, I didn't know
As soon as
that.
I asked that question, that's when he grabbed me by the back of my neck. Did you know Tchaikovsky was a homosexual? Excuse me. Thank you. You can get off very much. Thank you. I purchased my book. Okay. What do you think of Howard Stern?
Thank you very much.
Did you order Buffalo Fiesta? Okay, wait. Sir, you can get off my jacket.
Never.
Sir, you can get off my jacket. Sir, you can get off my jacket. Okay, I'm walking out by myself. You can get off me. Thank you. I'm walking out calmly, sir.
Can you buy the book?
I bought the book. I have the receipt. I have the receipt. Okay, you can get off me. You can get off me. Thank you. Okay, have a nice day. Woo!
Get your ass.
What? Excuse me. Excuse me. Get off me. Get off me.
Don't
what?
say that to me.
Say what?
What you just said.
I said I need a sucking candy.
Yeah? You need a sucking candy?
Sir, are you threatening me? Get off the mic, sir. Sir.
Listen.
Sir, we're on the street. We're not in your store anymore. We're not in your store anymore. I will not go in your store anymore. Fine,
saying
okay.
That in our store again.
I got that. All right.
Okay.
I didn't say it in your store. Remember that. I was outside. See? He's harassing me outside the street. Sir, don't ever do that again. I'm on public property, all right? That's it.
Ooh, boy.
Wow, what a confrontation, Gorilla.
Ooh, gorilla.
I want a sucking candy.
All right.
What is it about these guys?
I don't know. Well, they're $4 an hour security guards, I guess. They got to do their job.
They're all on a power trip.
He's not even. I don't even know if he's a security guard. I think he works inside the store.
Yeah, well, it's okay. It's okay for him to tell you to leave, but he just can't start grabbing people.
He grabbed the back of my jacket
And
and
now
was
he's
pushing me
going to
down
tell
the
you
stairs.
what you can say.
Right.
And I walked out of the store, and then I called him a sucker, and then he came out after me. I was walking on the street, and he came running out after me again and grabbed me.
But what does he
You're not
care?
very intimidating there, Gorilla. I can take you.
Well, Gorilla, interesting interview with Joan Kennedy. We learned a couple of things. We learned that why JFK Jr. is so sexy.
And Tarkowski is...
Hey, I've been pronouncing that wrong. I thought it was Tchaikovsky.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. All right, I got to take a break here. Very good, Gorilla. We'll be back right after these words.
What are people saying about Howard Stern?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched some really bad movies.
On cable?
No, I watched I watched Christopher Columbus, the one with
Oh, with Tom Selleck in it?
with Tom Selleck and Marlon Brando, because the guy from the studio sent it to us.
Well, I guess we have to say nice things, huh?
Yeah, it was good. And did you watch it?
I couldn't get through.
I watched the whole thing, actually. I found it rather interesting.
bedridden.
Yeah, I was bedridden. I was a shut-in.
I could get up.
I was happy.
I turned it off.
I couldn't actually lift the thing to turn the channels. Then I watched two of the witchcraft movies,
Witchcraft?
which I always think are going to be good. That guy keeps sending me... You ever see them, Witchcraft?
No, I don't think I've ever seen that
They're
series.
it's about this guy. It's about this couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
This couple are... they're witches. And 300 years ago, they were burned at the stake when the townspeople realized they were witches.
Yeah.
So they keep coming back. Now, they keep coming back somehow. And this guy gets this woman pregnant so that they can have the son of Satan. You know, it's one of those kind of things.
Right.
But it's never any good. And I watched two of them. I spent 4 hours of my life with these tapes.
Amazing how you can do this.
You know, I had nothing else to watch, and I didn't feel like going out to the video store.
And you just had these laying around the house. It was whatever was around the house weekend.
It was either that or Meatballs 4, which I also had laying around the house. I got the worst movies.
What a collection you've got.
Well, anything good that I have, my wife says I have to watch with her because those are our special movies to watch together. So she never watches them. We never get into bed and watch them. If I watch them by myself, she throws a little fit.
Oh, that's strange.
Yeah.
You couldn't watch them again with her?
Well, I wouldn't watch them again, but she can watch them on her own. What's the big deal? She's not independent.
Boy.
And then you remember I was on a diet. I ate a whole jar of peanuts.
Laying in bed.
Yeah. I didn't care. I forgot that I was on a diet. I ate peanuts and whatever garbage I could get my hands on. I revolted this weekend. I was wild. I was like a wild...
real rebel.
I was a rebel this weekend. I didn't shave, and even the kids were disgusted with me and just laid there.
Well, what are they going to think?
Yeah.
I just wonder, long haul,
Kids love me.
20 years from now, what is their impression going to be of what daddies do?
Yeah, they love me.
Lay around in bed, not shave.
My daughters told me I'm the best dad in the whole world.
That doesn't matter. They have nobody to compare you to.
Sure they do.
No, they don't. They don't live with anyone else, Howard.
They love me. And I'm a great dad, and you would have loved a dad like me. You would have loved a dad like anybody.
Right. I would have loved a dad.
You had a dad. Come on. You always make it seem like you didn't have a dad.
Well, it all depends on how you use the term.
Right.
If you mean someone who gave his sperm, sure, I had one of those.
Right. Robin doesn't like her parents.
They're fine people, I'm sure.
Right. When I first met you, though, you were going home to your parents every weekend.
I did. I lived there.
I mean, every day you ran home to them. She was like a 30-year-old woman living with her parents.
No, that I was changing careers, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean...
You have to start somewhere, don't you?
Your mom...
Look at Mr. Independent over there. When did you move out?
And your mom...
When your wife got you a new home.
I mean, your mom used to do your laundry and everything for you.
Well, that's why I stayed.
Yeah, they were pretty nice to you. So I was surprised you didn't like them. Although, if someone would do my laundry, I could hack just about anything.
Well, when you're an adult, they're okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're fine now.
All right. Did you all eat at the same table when you used to go home?
No.
No?
Nobody ever ate at the same time.
Yeah? You would eat out of a bowl in the basement like me? So, because I thought you were really close to your family when I first met you. You know what I mean?
See, looks are deceiving.
Yeah. I said, boy, she really loves her mommy and daddy because she runs home every weekend. Not even every weekend, every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Because I lived there, Howard. I was running home to go to sleep.
I had no idea what was going on. You never shared that with me. Hey, did you see this one on New York Magazine? Did you see this article?
No, what?
Shock jock goes on the block. It's me, Shock jock. Shock jock. The controversial talk show host Howard Stern is shopping around his autobiography, says the source. I know.
You
first
never
of all,
told me that.
First of all, let me tell you something. I would never write an autobiography right now. And you know why?
Why?
Because I'm in the middle of working for people. When I write my autobiography, you got to start writing and blabbing about people you're doing business with. No one would...
I thought you were just writing, I was born in a log cabin.
No. No, I'm not writing anything. I don't even know what this is. Autobiography.
I was going to say, forget my parents. You never told me this.
Yeah, well, his people have been holding court with editors. I've been talking to people about a book.
Yeah.
But I've been talking for the last 5 years about writing a book, but nothing to do with this. Not an autobiography.
What are you going to write?
I have an idea for a book.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of a book? Is it a novel?
No.
Okay, so it's a nonfiction book.
Yeah.
What is it, a history book?
No. I really don't want to say what it is.
Why not?
Because I can't say what it is.
If you do, somebody else will get the idea and
There's
write
no
it?
way to Exactly. There's no way to describe what book I'm writing.
It's a nonfiction, though.
Which is nonfiction, true or false?
True.
True? No, I didn't say that.
I asked you if it was, okay, it's not a novel, but it's not true.
It's just my writings, okay? It's poetry, all right? Roses is red, violets is blue.
All that stuff you've written for years.
Let's see. I'll tell you the title of it if you want to know.
Go ahead.
How to be miserable, tall, and tired. Okay, so they're...
It's a how-to book.
But this is funny. This is a quote from an anonymous source. They're looking for something in the 7 figures, and they haven't gotten any offers they're happy with.
7 figures?
Sure, I'll take that.
I would, too.
Yeah. They're saying they'll publish it on their own if they don't get something they like.
Really, Howard?
We're not saying any of this. I don't even know what this is.
This on your own?
I don't even know where this comes from. I haven't had one meeting with anybody. I'm telling you.
Go on. What else does it say?
Well, our agent, Don Buchwald, says, I'm flabbergasted that you got this information, joked Don Buchwald, who represents Stern. I have no idea what you're talking about.
But they write it anyway.
He told me, he said he offered the person on the phone. He says, I tell you what. He said to the person on the phone, do you make $75? And the person goes, $75,000? He goes, no. Do you make $75? So the woman on the phone said, yeah, I make $75. He says, all right, I'll bet you $75. I'll give you $75 if you'll tell me who gave you this story. Who is your source? The woman wouldn't reveal her source. So
what are you doing? An answer to Madonna's book, Sex?
Yeah.
It's going to be a bunch of pictures of you?
See, now you hit on it. I'm going to be nude, and I'm going to hitchhike.
That's right.
Yeah.
Down in Florida somewhere.
I'm going to be nude. I'm just going to expose myself to people and watch them throw up. And then I'm going to photograph it. It's a whole idea I have.
See the expressions on their faces.
Yeah. I'm laying in bed Saturday night trying to relax and stuff. So, my wife knows, like, never turn on the TV channel where my TV show used to be, where it may rest in peace. Because there's a rule in my house. Even when our TV show was on, I didn't like to watch our TV show. Because on the weekend, you want to get away from being who you are. You know what I mean? You don't want to deal with work.
Yes.
So Saturday night, of course, she tunes in the channel where we used to work. And, of course, they're doing their best imitation of me.
Right, I saw a little bit of that.
Did you see that?
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Even with, like, Freddie's sound effects and the mooing and the whole thing?
Yeah.
So I said to my wife, now, why'd you do that to me? Why do you do that to me? Why do you get me riled up?
You're trying to lay there and relax.
Yeah, she goes, it says in the TV guide that you were on. I said, honey, don't you think I would tell you if I was on? I just wanted to see if you were on. I go, what did I tell? What are you, stupid?
What is she doing with the remote control anyway?
Mostly I control it.
Yeah, what is she doing with it?
I don't know. She wrestled it out of my hands. I go, why don't you just kick me in my bad back? So then I get completely fired up, and I'm screaming about, the channel we used to work for and the idiots that work there and how untalented they are and blah, 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 blah. I mean, I went into a tirade. And she's like, I'm sorry. I go, you know what? This is ridiculous. We were having a nice night together. You have to do that to me? You have to do that to me? I said, what are you? Are you being paid by the competition to annoy me? So what are you? I said, I wouldn't mind if you got paid for it. Oh, man, when I don't... And she goes, when you don't feel good, you get mad at me, and I don't like it. I go, you know what? I said, I wasn't mad at you until you sabotaged my recuperation. I'm trying to recoup here. My wife loves me, though. She heated up some oil and started rubbing it on my back to help me.
After all that?
Yeah. After all that, you better do something nice.
That's why I don't understand women.
So you're lucky you're not married, I'm telling you. I know you always talk about the benefits of marriage, but I'm telling you sometimes...
No, I don't see very many where I do it.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. It's pretty wild out there.
I'm sitting here listening. You can't watch a movie alone. This does not intrigue me.
No. I sneak into my bedroom.
The idea of doing something, everything you do with somebody else does not appeal to me.
Yeah, I sneak into the bedroom. I start watching movies, and... What are you watching? I go, I'm watching Christopher Columbus. Without me? I go, Allison, you would never even be interested in this. You would hate this movie. I'm watching it. Start it over again. All right.
Oh.
And then she almost took my head off because we were watching it. Then she had to, go downstairs. The kids were doing something.
Uh-huh.
Because Emily was sick.
Yeah. Oh, dear. She was?
Yeah, she has a cold.
Oh.
Bronchitis thing.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so... That's because on Halloween she insisted on wearing her costume and
no coat.
Yeah, and then Allison had this whole battle with her, and forget about it. So the thing is that so she goes down to take care of the kids for a second. So I figure I'll keep watching Columbus. It was boring anyway.
Yeah.
She comes back in. You watched it without me? I said 3 seconds. Yeah, what happened? I go, he's still trying to get a boat to go to America. What?
Do you ever go through the leapfrog thing where you started watching a movie and then she wants to watch it, so you got to rewind it and start it over?
Yeah.
So while she's watching,
you leave the room.
And then she gets pissed off.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But then you make something to eat or something, and you wind up coming back past where you had been.
Oh yeah, it's annoying.
It's a war.
Oh, it's just horrible.
I know when I did have that brief affair, whatever.
Yeah,
that
that boyfriend of yours you had for a while.
We used to go through that too. He'd start a movie, I'd get up and leave. I was bored.
Right.
And then he'd stop the movie and say, "You're not watching."
Yeah, like you got to sit there and watch with him. So you and I would be good married to each other because I would give you your own room, I'd have my own room, and once in a while I'd bang you, and then I go back to my room.
Thank you.
And then you'd be happy. Robin's the perfect mate.
I've never understood all that togetherness stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither. Okay, you're on the air. Oh, by the way, this is...
Howard.
Yeah.
You're my hero, first of all.
All right, thank you.
Fred, you're a genius. But I have to ask you one question. When you were doing that... CNN...
I was going to ask him why Fred was a genius, but you know what? I'm not going to bother. Go ahead, yes?
Okay, no, Fred's the genius. Okay, you were doing that CNN spot, and I love Stuttering John. It's one of the best parts of the show. And you always send people after other people. And,
right.
You know, the coolest people always answer questions. And
yes.
You should have just went up and told the guy, rather than run. You look bad, Howard.
No, well, let me tell you something about CNN.
Yes.
There's a difference. When we do an interview, we go up to someone and say, will you speak to us? And we identify where we're from. Do you understand?
Yeah, that's true.
If they say they don't want to speak to us, we say, okay, no. Unless it's a, a publicity event where somebody is, entering like an auditorium or something where
If
all
they're
the...
at a press conference, then
Right.
they have to answer the question.
Yeah, and CNN is... I was at a place answering Joan Rivers questions. I had just done an extensive interview. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I wasn't there to answer CNN's questions about the FCC. And I'll tell you something. I don't want to be on a million different shows talking seriously about the Federal Communications Commission. I mean, I'm going to get to be one big Lenny Bruce Bohr if I sit and answer all these questions. You know what? If you've noticed, I haven't spent a lot of time reading the articles about the FCC. I could do 9 shows in a row about the Federal Communications Commission and what they're about to do to me. But my point is that the average guy on the street could care less. There's... Really, I could sum it up in one sentence. Censorship. That's it. Plain and simple. Censorship by a bunch of people who are non-elected officials. That's it. What am I going to say to this guy? I've already answered Joan Rivers' FCC questions, which will air this Friday. I've addressed the FCC for 4 hours on this program the first day it came out. What am I going to answer for them? And then what kills me is, and I'll tell you another reason I won't answer their questions, and why I know I look bad because I walked away from the camera. I won't answer their questions because they never let you answer. They cut up your answers and juxtapose them with some moron from the Federal Communications Commission. They take whatever you say out of context, which is something I object to. They never try to make me look good. They never try to, they never try to give a build-up to what I've said. Why should I do an interview with them? It's a no-win situation.
That's true.
It's a no-win situation.
Notice that when we play back an interview, you get the whole thing. We never edit.
We don't edit anything.
Well, I've seen more stupid pieces on you, these 2-second pieces in the past week than
I know.
I've seen in months.
And have you noticed that they're all the same piece?
Right. Oh, yeah. Channel 9 was showing the same piece they did on you in CNN, but they didn't even say that CNN produced it.
Yeah, well, Channel 9 is incapable of producing good television. They have to rely on CNN for their news. They call it Channel 9 News, and then they have a CNN package that they run. Don't get me started about Channel 9. But you listen, I mean, I have gotten calls from every news organization to be interviewed about the FCC. I could have done an hour on Donahue on the FCC. It doesn't interest me. That's not what my career is about. My career is about movies, television, radio, going out and being an entertainer. If the government wants to sidetrack me with this issue, I'm certainly not going to return every phone call about the FCC. Because then soon my career will be the FCC. I'm not a crusader here.
You're looking for Clinton's help?
I'm assuming that Clinton is not going to be bogged down with these kinds of issues. If he is, he's going to lose the presidency in 4 years. I'm telling you, it's a no-win situation. There is no way when this goes to the Supreme Court can find me guilty. There's just no way. If they do, they got to change the Constitution of the United States.
Well, keep up the good work. You're the king.
Well, thank you.
Take it.
I'm here to break balls. I'm not here to whine about my problems with the FCC. You know, I just can't. If I get into that, it's going to be disastrous. Don't you think?
I think you've taken the right approach.
Yep.
This is an entertainment program.
Want to go to Vegas again?
I love Vegas. I love Vegas and Dallas. These are becoming my 2 favorite places.
I like Cleveland.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I can't tell you why I have this vibe on Cleveland. I think Cleveland's going to make us #1 in the first ratings book.
All right.
I have a vibe about them. I got a good vibe on Albany, too.
Yeah?
Yep.
Well, that'll be especially appetizing.
On University Library Society event at...
Hello? Vegas? Guy hung up. All right, I'll go to Dallas, Robin.
All right.
Dallas, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard.
Yeah, lower your radio.
Okay, I'll turn it off.
Very good.
How's it going, man?
All right, thank you for the call.
Howard.
Well, hurry up. Come on.
Okay.
You sound dopey. You sound stupid. Come on.
Okay, that guy that just called about in Dallas that's a bunch of bull crap. You're on all the buses, all the DART buses, the Dallas buses, and you're on all of them.
All right.
That's a bunch of crap.
Yeah, I never say to a radio station, when a radio station picks us up
Yeah.
and puts us on in their particular city, I never say to them, go out and advertise. If they want to do it, they can, but I prefer they don't.
That's great, but everyone that down here listens to you.
In fact, when we went on in Dallas, they faxed me 7 different billboards that they wanted to put up, and it said, They had a whole bunch of slogans about Howard Stern and this and that and the other. I said, you know, guys, if you want to put up a sign, just put up the name Howard Stern and where you can be heard.
Yeah.
Because, quite frankly, I said those slogans sound awfully jive to me. It seems like somebody trying to push soap.
Yeah.
Like a new kind of product, like a Procter & Gamble product. I said, guys, that's not me. You
Like
just
a new kind of condom or something.
There you go. A new kind of condom. Very good. All right. Thank you, Junior.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Very good. That's Dallas checking in. Vegas, you're on the air. Vegas? Hello? Yes, Las Vegas. Our first day in Las Vegas, everybody. Come on.
Hello?
Lower your radio, you retard.
Okay, hello?
Yes. Hello.
Yes, hi, how you doing?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, hello.
Turn down your radio.
No, don't tell him to turn down his radio.
Okay, I was curious, can I ask a question about, I was wondering about Madonna's, what you think about her book?
Oh. I think it's fun. I think it's a nudie book. It's a porno magazine. There's nothing funny about what I just said. Why would you laugh?
I was laughing because...
Sound like Jackie, just laughing.
I was laughing about your opinion on like, the photographs in her magazine.
It's a porno.
Do you think it should be out in stores, though?
Of course. Who cares? A penthouse is out in the stores.
Yeah, but I mean, should your kids be out there? I mean, going through stores and seeing these kind of pictures? I mean...
What are you, insane? Of course it should be out
I'm a little insane, maybe. But,
what are you, nuts?
My only complaint about the Madonna book is that the cover is dangerous.
Let me tell you about the Madonna book. That thing for $49 is the cheapest made thing I've ever seen in my life.
It'd hurt you.
You're not
bang into
kidding.
that thing, you're going to just draw his blood.
I know. It's a metal cover, and the cover falls off after about 3 minutes with it.
You got to keep it in that Mylar cover just to hold it together.
Yeah.
So do you think it should be censored, or do you think it should stay out there in stores?
Oh, yes, we believe in censorship.
Yeah, we believe it should be censored.
No.
Oh, what's with this phone? I can't even plug that. Oh, okay. I got. Anyway, the phone don't work.
Well, fix the phone in the break.
How many years we've been here with a phone that doesn't work?
I think that it's a part of the program now. You know, now
now it's fun.
It gives you material.
You know, I don't know if anybody realizes this, especially the people who own this company. I cannot push down the button on the phone. It will not stay down. All right, thank you. Is our new studio ready yet?
You think it will work?
Yeah, we'll be back right after these words.
Hi, this is Dave Herman on 92.3 K-Rock. Pete Fornatel will have more Springsteen tickets to give away on today's K-Rock Cafe between 12 and 1. And I'll be giving them away on the Rock and Roll Afternoon Show between 2 and 6 on the classic rock station and home of guaranteed 20-song music marathons. WXRK New York, 92.3 K-Rock.
So how cold was it this morning? It was so cold the bird thought my cup of coffee was a skating rink. It was so cold I climbed inside my freezer to get warm. In fact, it was so darn cold I hightailed it over to my warehouse
on Route 25 next to Home Depot, or call 1-800-659-WORK for the WearGuard locations nearest you.
What is this? Apple Orchard. What is that? Oh, I see. It's a nightclub, Robin. Our new sponsor, the Apple Orchard, a nightclub.
You know, I'm always interested in new night spots.
This is for a nightclub for Jewish professionals.
Oh, well.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah, there's all these Jewish nightclubs springing up. I feel left out.
That's right, Robin. A nightclub which has dedicated Saturday nights for Jewish professionals. Now, this club...
Well, what if you're not a professional Jewish person?
Well, if you're Jewish and you're not a professional...
Does that mean that you practice Judaism professionally?
No. A Jewish professional is a Jew with a job. And the beautiful club has opened on Long Island, and it's called the Apple Orchard, located in New Hyde Park. Now, last Saturday night, over 600 Jewish professionals attended the Apple Orchard. Now, Robin, you understand what this is. A lot of Jews want to meet other Jews, and
They're
they can't.
out there looking for each other, and they can't get together.
So here they have, a dancing and DJing. And when you walk in there...
Jewish people good dancers?
Oh, they're known for their dancing. And you know what? When you go into the club, you're assured that at least you're meeting other Jews, you see?
You don't think anybody else can sneak in?
Have you ever gone to a regular club and you see Jewish guys walking around? Excuse me, are you Jewish? Excuse me, are you Jewish? Excuse me, are you a Jewess? Well, now at this club, you eliminate all that. You go in and immediately you're assured of schmoozing and boozing with... the Bloomingdale's crowd. That's right. Now, this Saturday night is Doctors and Nurses Night.
Is that right? All
That's
doctors
right.
and nurses get in free?
All doctors and nurses arriving before 8:30 p.m. will be admitted complimentary with proof of profession.
I see.
Now, you see, at this nightclub, not only do you need proof of age, but you need proof of profession.
Because you are a professional.
Right. Drive up to the Apple Orchard, and a valet will park your car for free. Doors open every Saturday at 8 p.m. The admission is $15 a person. The Apple Orchard is only minutes from New Jersey and Westchester, and centrally located on Long Island, right off Long Island Expressway. Okay? And I know the disc jockey there, Shecky Goldschmelt. He is
Did I ever tell you I walked into one of these things accidentally one night?
Yes.
And it was very fun. They didn't throw me out.
Right. They didn't? Well, maybe because you're on the radio.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you go see Shecky Goldschmelt, the best Jewish disc jockey this side of Israel. Call for more information and directions to the Apple Orchard, area code 212-213-5515. That's 212-213-5515. Called black people?
Chitlin chompers, yes.
Now, during World War II, you probably would have killed a lot of black people, but you, of course, you didn't have a lot of blacks living in Germany at the time. Is that right?
Damn it, I lived in the wrong place. Geographically incorrect for me. By the way, could you leave the doors of the studio open? I got a new pair of spick-skin boots, and they're rather gamey today.
You're a sick man. There's
Thank
nothing,
you.
I don't even know why I laugh at you.
So you continue to practice this kind of...
And can you believe it? The FCC has nothing to say about it.
Right. The FCC isn't against you. That's
They have
for
no
sure.
problem with this.
No. They have a problem with sex, but they have no
Sex,
problem
they have
with
a
this.
problem with this.
This I have a problem
Not
with.
a peep.
All right. Very good. Now, what I'm going to do today, Kurt, is play the game a little bit differently, if it's okay with you.
That's fine with me.
I'm going to get two callers on the phone. Let them play at the same time.
Against each other?
No,
Or-
Robin. Both playing. I'm going to get one from Washington, D.C. and one from Philadelphia.
I see what you're saying.
I'm going to put them on the line at the same time, and let's see. Whoever guesses, I'll give away 2 trips if they guess it.
All right. This is like a game show. We have a panel.
Hey, Kurt, you have a girlfriend? I never see you with women.
Well, I have pots of girlfriends.
Oh, gee.
But do they all make up one girlfriend?
At various times.
Yes, okay. Kurt Waldheim Jr. Okay, I'm going to go to Washington right now.
And find a contestant.
Hello? Are you on the air?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you lower your radio?
Sure.
Would you like to play?
Yeah. I'd love to play.
Are you Jewish?
No, I'm not.
All right. Do you know any Jews?
Plenty of them.
Do you like them, or you don't feel so good about them?
I like them.
Oh, you do like them?
Yeah.
There aren't any that you find pushy or aggressive?
No.
I
No,
see.
can you tell a Jew right away?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Now, how do you identify them, usually? Is it their attitude or their looks? What is it that cues you in? It's okay. Nobody knows who you are.
No, I guess every once in a while, the look.
The look. What is it, the nose?
The traditional nose.
The nose. All right.
I have one of those noses.
Okay,
so-
very good. All right. Here, you have a big nose.
Yeah.
But you're not Jewish.
But you are not Jewish.
Well, half Jew.
Oh, so you are
Just
half
like you.
Do you want to play with him, Kurt?
I'm not particularly fond of this person.
Sorry.
What is the other half?
Italian.
Okay, well, I'll go with that.
All right. So wait. Now let me put you on hold.
Were you raised Jewish, though? Because he might know.
No, I wasn't.
Nah.
Your mother was what?
My mother was Jewish. My father was Roman Catholic.
Well, you would be considered Jewish then. This is a game for
According
non-Jews.
to Kurt, you're
But I was-
ready for
but
the
I-
oven.
Kurt, isn't he ready for the oven, according to you?
I was baptized Catholic.
I'm getting the shake and bake ready for you now.
All right. I'm sorry. You're disqualified.
Okay.
All right.
Try
very
to
good.
slide in there.
Now, didn't that go on a lot when you were a young man, Kurt?
All the time.
You're on the air. Hello?
Hello.
Now, what are you? What religion?
Baptist.
You're a Baptist.
Yes.
And you know Jews?
Probably.
All right. You've met a few?
Yeah.
All right. But you don't know a lot of them.
No.
I see. And how do you
you
feel
like
about
them?
the Jews?
I have no problem with them.
You have no problem with the Jews? Have you ever met a Jew you didn't like?
No, I haven't.
All right. Very good. Hold the line here. And
Then
let's-
he didn't know a lot of Jews.
someone from Philadelphia. Hello? Are you there? See, when I put 2 lines down together, I can't get these guys
Well,
on.
we used to be able to do this.
Now it's gone. And I talked about this on Friday, that it should be fixed because I was going to need this feature on Monday. Listen, I've had it. I'm not showing up for work anymore till they get me a phone that works. What is this? Why is it that every company that we work for, what is this? Why does every other radio station have these phones that work and I don't? Why is that? Hello? I can't hear anybody. Well, I can't play with 2 people at the same time, obviously. I'll go back to our friend from Washington. All right, are you ready to play? Hello?
Hello.
I was going to have 2 players on at the same time.
Well, you know what? You
Oh, here's Scott. He's going to now fix it. What is the problem now? Mental case?
I don't know. Maybe it's broken. You ever think of that?
Yeah, that's right. I did think of it. I thought of it on Friday. I was aware of this problem, and I announced it.
Well,
These phones stink.
Nobody told me that.
Do you fix the phone, Scott?
No, but
Scott, it doesn't matter if you know
to
it.
fix it.
Oh, Baba Booey knew it. Baba Booey wouldn't tell anybody. He's busy reading Newsday. What does he do for me, Baba Booey? Nothing. He can't think of his own. He'll come in here. Wolf, I didn't know. I know he knew. He never knows anything. He hears it on the radio, and he just goes, well, there's nothing I can do about it. Just tell Scott.
So now we need a system for this.
Scott, you smell like a cigarette. God, do you smell. Man, when are you going to quit? You know you're going to get cancer. You sound like you have it already. I mean, you smell from there. Scott, how many cigarettes have you smoked this morning? Seriously, be honest with me for once. Why don't you be honest and come forward with this information?
I don't know. Probably about 10.
10 already.
Lie.
10 already.
He smoked more than that since 4 o'clock this morning.
Now my phones have cancer. They don't even work. I think my phone has cancer, Robin.
It's probably true.
Scott, do you know you smell like you smell from across the room? I can smell you from across the room?
I wasn't aware of that.
I thought you were going to quit, man. What's the matter with you? Why can't you quit? Why are you such a baby? You can't quit smoking. It's like you suck a pacifier all day. And you know what? You don't even look cool smoking.
I'm not trying to look
You're not
cool.
even a cool guy.
I'm not trying to look cool.
Well, don't try. It's impossible. You know, he thinks that, you know what? He probably started smoking to look cool.
Right, to look more grown up, more manly.
Yeah. That bald head makes him look grown up plenty.
I think I've
Scott, don't you want to
overcome
live? Don't you want to see your son grow up?
Yes.
No, he doesn't. Secret. You say yes with your lips.
But you say no.
The rest of you are saying no.
Right. Not only that, he's heavy. I look at him, he gets heavier, and I go, man, when I smoked, I used to be thin as a rail.
Yeah, people smoke to keep from eating.
Maybe all that smoke made your hair fall out.
Probably.
Gee
And
whiz.
just what rotation are those sweatshirts on?
Yeah, those are getting... I'm seeing the same one every day.
Every day.
No.
Scott's got jeans like my dad would wear.
I just put...
Let me see your pants. Look at those jeans.
I love the back.
Yeah.
Because they really aren't riding anywhere.
They're drooping down. Looks like he took a big load in his pants.
Regular dungarees.
No, they're not. They're old man dungarees.
No, they're not. They're Lee dungarees. Regular denim.
What size waist are you?
36.
You're at 36?
To 38. Depending
I'm
on
at
I was
38.
going to say, what does that matter
Depending
when
on
you're
the
wearing
day.
them where Scott does?
Depending on the day.
Yeah, I think he does a 38 around his hips.
Yes.
Because he wears them down there.
What does it matter what his waist is?
Not around his belly. You should be thin, man. What are you eating and smoking, huh? Boy, you're out of control.
Is there any moment during the day that you don't have something in your mouth?
I don't eat a lot, believe it or not.
Scott, you'll have closed casket, though, won't you?
Yeah.
You'll have a closed casket when you die, don't you?
Yes.
Good. Because otherwise I'm going to graffiti your head. There's so much writing space available up there.
Thank you.
Howard was here.
At the wake, we'll be writing on his head.
Bring your cans, your spray cans.
Yeah, we'll spray paint his head. It's a great surface up there, isn't it?
And it's clean. That's the only place in New York.
I know. It doesn't have graffiti.
Right, that's right. People have asked
All
me
right,
to rent
Scott,
it out
thank
for a
you.
billboard.
See if they can fix my phones at some point.
Okay.
This is a joke.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
No problem.
So the system now is take all phone complaints to Scott.
Yeah, that's the new system. Boy, you really smell like a cigarette, man. You've had 10 cigarettes already?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You should get his ashtray.
Here, bring in your ashtray.
Count it. Don't let him bring it
No,
because
somebody
he'll
get it.
discard it.
Hey, Gary.
There's a cigarette burning in there right now.
Hey, Gary, can you go get Scott's ashtray?
Whoa.
The flash just went by.
Whoa.
Sure, don't worry. You'll get to play.
We just have to take care of Scott's health first.
Hey, Kurt,
Yeah.
you want to burn me with your with my cigarettes, my own cigarettes?
Scott, you watched the Jet game? Oh, I'm sorry, Kurt. What did you That's say? quite right. I said he's doing a fine job on his own. Let's see. How many are you counting there?
Well, there's only 4. But,
What?
there's only 4, but there's a bunch in the garbage.
Oh.
He ate the rest. And there was one burning. You're absolutely right.
There's one just burning in the ashtray at all time. How many are in the garbage?
He smokes so much he has to
it's hard
empty
to
it.
tell because they're all, there's just, dust and cigarettes. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, you can't count the butts?
I'll try.
Count the butts. See how many you can find.
Okay.
See, 10 is an arbitrary number. He doesn't count them.
No, we're going to have an exact count in a minute. I
said about.
Baba Booey's going to go through the garbage.
What is
Baba
the
Booey.
phone doing?
Hey, what are you doing, man? What are you doing to your phone? Dude?
Yeah.
What are you doing to your phone?
Oh, I was just walking around. I'm sorry.
What do you got, a cellular?
No. I just picked up the phone, took it with me.
What, do you have it resting on your chin or something?
No, I mean, what do you got, a portable phone?
I had no. No, I got this regular phone, but I had it laying on my ear, on my shoulder.
It was awfully noisy.
These are the Washington lines. For some reason, these two lines are very dirty, and they just always crackle like this.
There's no crackling. That's him.
No, but he's also... Did you hear the crackling? You don't hear the crackling as well? Scott, you're the worst thing. You don't hear that?
Yeah, now I hear it.
Tell you something. Now he hears it. He's always telling me I'm not hearing something. All right, how many cigarettes did you count?
I really couldn't tell because I couldn't see them in the garbage. I just saw dust. There's like all this gross stuff in the garbage.
And there's butts in there?
Yeah, there's like...
But how many butts were there?
I couldn't see them all. I saw at least 4 or 5.
What do you mean you can't see them? How can you not identify
because
a cigarette butt?
I cannot pick through the bottom of the garbage. There's a bunch of stuff in there.
How much stuff is in there?
A lot. You want me to bring the pail in so you can look?
Yeah.
God.
No, it's just another thing you can't do.
No, I can do it.
You can't even pick through the garbage.
I disagree. I can do it. I refuse
He can't
to.
scramble letters. He can't pick through garbage.
And he certainly can never tell anyone that my phones don't work. I know, you didn't know.
I didn't. If I don't hear, if I'm listening to parodies, Howard, how many ears do you think?
Where are the parodies?
Well, Scott was dubbing
on them now.
Oh, is that what you're doing while you're smoking?
Yes.
All right, very good. I don't know. A good monkey can go through the garbage. I don't see why you can't. You're my monkey.
You know, that means he's not even qualified to be homeless.
I know. Gary didn't want to get his hands dirty. Just dump it out on the floor and count the butts.
Oh.
Then I get
We
yelled
need
at
a
from
butt
management.
count.
It's a garbage that's been here all weekend.
Oh, is it? All right.
There's like food and stuff in there.
All right, good. All right, let's play Guess Who's the Jew. That's the most important thing to play right now. Let's not get sidetracked. We're going to give away these tickets to the Evander Holyfield Riddick Bowe thing.
All right, what's your name?
My name's Jeff.
Jeff. Okay, Jeff, here are your choices.
All right, get ready to play. Now listen carefully. You're going to get 3 choices, Jeff.
Okay, listen very carefully now. Men who dance like sissies.
All right, go ahead.
And here are your choices. Number 1, David Bowie.
David Bowie, the famed...
yes, of Fame and all those other songs.
Famed
Number
songwriter,
2,
performer, David Bowie. Go ahead.
Prince.
Prince.
And number 3, George Michael.
Wow, you mean one of those people
Whoa.
is Jewish?
One of those
Richard
people
Bowie?
is Jewish.
David Bowie.
Prince? Or
David...
what?
Oh, go ahead, you go.
David Bowie, Prince, or George Michael?
That is the choices.
All right, very good. Now, who do you decide? Bowie, Prince, or George Michael? Which one is the Jew?
David Bowie.
Did you say David Bowie?
Yes.
David Bowie can't be Jewish.
Guess what?
What?
He has Jewish blood in him.
Really?
He's absolutely correct.
What do you mean? Who is Jewish in his family?
Probably his father.
What do you mean? Wait a second. What do you...
Probably. This
Probably
is not very
his father.
definitive, Kurt.
I have my records.
Why do you say his father is Jewish?
Because he doesn't purport to be Jewish, but he has Jewish blood in him.
No, wait a second. Wait a second.
What
Wait a
are you
second.
talking about now? The
Don't
father?
dispute me on this.
Wait a second. Kurt.
Do not dispute me.
No,
you are
Kurt.
trying to dispute me.
Kurt.
I know what I am talking about. If I say he has Jewish blood in him, then he has Jewish blood in him. What is your problem?
No, but you're saying... This
Just
is
give away the freaking tickets! What is the matter with you?
Hey, Fred. Excuse me, I want to talk to Fred. Fred, how do you know...
I got it in that celebrity book.
Oh, it said his father was Jewish?
It didn't say his father, but it says he has, like, I'd have to look in the book this morning, but it's like either Swiss and Jewish or something like that.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
all right. Okay. All right, Kurt Waldheim Jr.
All right, we're back.
All right, very good. You win the prize.
That's great.
I don't know. I doubt the seriousness of that answer that Kurt Waldheim
Yeah,
gave
it's
you.
very vague.
Well,
Kurt's never
you
been that
can
vague before.
debate it all you want, but those are the facts, Jack.
Okay, very good. November 13th, you're going to Vegas. And you will watch the Evander Holyfield versus Riddick Bowe fight, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right, very good. And you can also get that on your local pay-per-view if you want to see that on TV. All right, hold the line, okay?
Sure.
Well, there we go. I tried to get someone from Philadelphia to play as well, but it was impossible.
So what are we going to do?
We'll play again later. 10 past 8 o'clock, 92.3 K-Rock, WYSP, WJFK.
Well, if you hadn't been so anxious, I could have told you how to play with 2 people at once.
How's that?
You could have had them each on hold.
Yeah, but I don't want that. I want to have them both participating.
You can't have that. If you wanted to have 2, that you could have done this time around.
No offense, I know that what you're saying is true, but I don't feel like having conversations with guys, putting them on hold, and having a conversation with another guy on hold. That's not my plan. But it's a nice thought, but it doesn't make sense
I hope Kurt has more questions.
Yeah, he does. It's got to be. Although he's running to the bottom of the barrel. David
who
Bowie.
may be Jewish.
That wasn't good.
People who may be Jewish, and he's not, and they didn't even know if they're Jewish. All right, thank you, Kurt Waldheim Jr.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you next time on Guess Who's the Jew.
You bet.
Play your music out.
He's got his hand up. He can't do that.
He forgets how it goes, doesn't he? Goodbye.
He doesn't even have it. Oh, my goodness.
Come on, Kurt. There he goes. So long, my friend. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Kurt Waldheim Jr. down to people who may be Jewish or people who've like heard one Jewish song.
People who know Jews.
Yeah. People who've worked with Jews. Jewish sympathizers. All right, very good. We'll take this break. Let me talk to you about Snapple here. Snapple is the #1 drink in the country, and I'll tell you why. Because they don't use anything artificial. All Snapple beverages are 100% natural with no artificial colors or preservatives. 17 past 8 o'clock at 92.3 KROC WISP WJFK. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What a pleasant day. Hey, Jackie the Joke Man, this Thursday, November 12th at Bananas Comedy Club in the Fort Lee Holiday Inn in Fort Lee, New Jersey. I hear it's going to be a wild show. For dirty jokes and info, call the all-digital 516-922-WINE. I called it Saturday night.
Did you?
I'm
You
laying
needed a little lift?
I'm laying in my bed. I said to my wife, give me that stupid phone. Call Jackie's dumb line. I want to hear some jokes. And I called it up there.
Yeah.
Jackie's got a whole new delivery on that thing.
Is that right?
You know?
We should call. No, we can't, I guess.
Yeah, it's all dirty.
Oh.
You're real laid back on there now.
Well, what happens
Even
is
your laugh is like,
well, I got to change it real often for every gig. So what I do is I just put a couple of low-key jokes on, just give the...
Low-key?
Not low-key.
I like the new Jackie. It's a little easier to follow.
I have to call now. I'm
Yeah.
intrigued.
So I'm laying in bed listening to Jackie, and then...
I'm very impressed that you actually called.
The last time you called was like 82, right?
I know. It's a whole new joke line. Next Thursday, November 19th at the Funny Bone Comedy Club on South Street in Philadelphia. Go try and stump the joke man. It's almost sardonic, that joke line of his. Because like he starts, and then you start hearing like Jackie's voice coming in from different places and stuff.
Really?
Like he laughs. He's got a guy laughing and playing sound effects, but it's him. It's just weird.
I got to take a listen to this.
You really do have to call it.
What's that number again? 9221?
Because sometimes, it's just different tapes from all through the years. It's all different. Sometimes it's live. Sometimes it's nonsense at noon.
You know I was in bad shape if I was laying in bed on a Saturday night calling Jackie's joke
Did
line.
it help your back or hurt your
Really
back?
rough weekend.
It helped my back. Didn't hurt, it helped. It has curing powers. Very good, okay.
Thanks, Bob.
It's like listening to a 3-year-old.
What was that number?
9221. I used my finger.
516.
That's right. I was also watching Richard Simmons with Sally Jesse Raphael. He has a new infomercial, except Sally Jesse Raphael interviews him.
On the infomercial. I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
He didn't even tell us he was working on a new one.
Yeah, and it's real serious.
He seriously discusses the weight problem.
Yeah, with Sally Jesse.
Yeah.
And the whole time she just sits there and goes, oh, this is a wonderful program, Richard. Wonderful. Wonderful program. Boy, he's got a tape of the month club. You pay $29.95 every month.
And what do you get?
You get another motivational tape.
Oh, those audio cassettes.
Yeah. Audio, video.
These are video messages from Richard to perk you up and keep you on your diet?
I don't know.
Because I remember one package that he had these motivational tapes in them. They're almost like subliminal message tapes.
Yeah.
I think, where you play music, and in the music, under the music, there's supposed to be a subliminal message.
Yeah, it's like, I have that. It's
I love Satan. You big fat pig.
Yeah, one wonders what Richard is actually saying under the music.
Who knows what he's saying?
I want to spank guys in my room.
Or I want to be spanked.
There you go. That's more accurate. I don't believe any of that. Okay, anyway, just going through my mailbag here real quickly. There's a guy in Dallas who wrote me a letter. He says when he becomes #1, he is the guy who appeared in the movie JFK
and played not only JFK, but he played JFK in the movie JFK.
Yes.
And he played Jack in the movie Ruby. He played JFK because he looked so much like JFK. And he says when we win in Dallas and we do the motorcade, he wants to appear in the limousine with us. And this guy's a professional actor, Robin.
Oh my goodness!
All right, so we have his number, and here is somebody who sent me a fax that the two guys we compete with in Albany, the two dickheads, actually their names are Dick and Head, are running a radio commercial that says Jessica Hahn is a frequent guest of theirs. And they said not only do they rip off your bits, they rip off your guests. He says, you guys were the first one to have Jessica on over 5 years ago. That was some of the best radio ever done. What's the deal with her? And I don't know. We'll have to find out. I also want to thank Mr. Walt Sabo for...
Walt Sabo?
He's a radio consultant dude.
I knew that name sounded familiar.
Yeah. And he sent a letter to the FCC saying that he was troubled by the fines levied on radio stations carrying this broadcast. He also says in a letter to us that he is shocked at the lackluster support of the broadcasters in this industry. These blowhard good old boys who remain silent. So what he did was write his senator. He wrote Senator Aldamato and said, by the way, I voted for you, Senator, because of the Howard Stern show. I was convinced to vote for you because of what you said. And I thought that was a pretty good idea. He writes, Dear Senator D'Amato, congratulations on your hard-earned, well-deserved victory. I am proud to say that I voted for you. I voted for you because of broadcaster Howard Stern's support for your administration. So that's a pretty neat idea, don't you think?
Excellent.
Yep.
I encourage everyone to do it.
Yeah.
Now, when Senator Al gets more letters than he got votes saying people voted for him.
Yes. Will he believe it? All right, so I read you that, and then finally this appeared in the Albany newspaper about what scuzz we are.
Thank you, Albany.
To the editors, I fully expect people like D'Amato, Abrams, Bush, Quayle, Gore, and Clinton to foul each other with slime and dirt. I guess the event that has pushed me over the edge is the latest arrival on our morning airwaves that is infecting our airspace with Howard Stern. The ooze that is dripping from an infective collective psyche. When did it become fun or funny to capitalize on those things that hurt, insult, and demean? Is this the best we can do in the search for art? I expect politicians to dig and claw at one another. It is what they do best. Perhaps it's all they do. But this is supposed to be entertainment radio? This is supposed to be enjoyment, pleasure, gratification? What is the point of the Stern Show? Does this art form elevate us above anything that lives and breathes? I don't think so. Since when is art?
Yeah, does art elevate?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you know, some people might actually say they are elevated by this show. That they have a good smile on their face.
I have had letters from people who say, you know, they were going through a very terrible time in their lives, and this was the only thing that made them laugh and got them through it.
Well, let's continue with Ernie Van Gogh's letter here. Have we stopped starving? Excuse me. Have we stopped striving to find beauty in the world? And are we now satisfied to inhabit the mind and thoughts of a pitiful, sociopathic egotist?
A sociopath.
What is that, Robin?
A person who's, you know, sort of a criminal.
Thank you.
Has no regard for social mores, rules.
Like adolescents, we will outgrow, let's see, Mason and Sheehan, that's our competition, Dick and Head in Albany. We're bad enough. So evidently we're badder than them, which makes me pleased.
Yes.
And then this letter is a little cut off here, so... he says something like their sophomoric humor leaves a lot to be desired. However, like adolescents, we will outgrow them. Stern, on the other hand, is a symptom of the disease that infects our society.
Which is?
And makes us so much less than admirable.
What is the disease?
I don't know. We could call this guy. It is time to rid ourselves of this infection. Hey, Gary, let's ask this guy what disease we are. We got his phone number. Why don't you call him? Ask him if he'll come on the air with us.
Yeah, because I really would like to know the disease we're a part of.
Call from here or from
Okay, call from here, Bob.
Can I have the...
That's Baba Booey right there.
Baba.
You know what?
Bowie.
Hey, Baba Booey, maybe you ought to let me speak to the guy.
Oh, then we don't.
You dial.
Okay. Can I see that?
Yeah, sure. You dial. Go ahead. I got a dial tone. Robin, first I'll ask this guy if he'll come on the air with us.
We must ask permission.
Yes, we do. Yes, we are. Okay. It is ringing.
Where is he from? Albany, you say?
Yes.
Think he's left for work?
Unfortunately, that might have been the case. I have an answering machine. I'll leave a message on the machine, Robin.
Okay.
Let me clear my voice. Got the beep. Hello? Oh, the thing... this is odd. I've never heard a noise like... Oh, hello? Yes, Bill, this is the Howard Stern Show calling. Howard Stern, I wanted to speak with you on the air about your letter to the editor. In a civilized way, I wanted to ask you what disease we are that infects our society. Just trying to understand. So if you would like, you can call us back, and we'll be happy to have you on the air and let you air your opinion, okay? Thank you. Well, that was awfully nice of me, wasn't it, Robin?
You were very civil.
Very civil. I'm not sure. You might want to leave another message, Gary, because it sounded to me like the phone thing was screwed up.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
All right.
I just want to say I was at a bar on Friday night. I met a guy who said he was working out at his gym, and they were talking about the election.
Yeah.
And he said that they asked him who he voted for senator, and he said he was sort of, said D'Amato. They asked him why, and he was sort of ashamed, and he said, well, Howard Stern said too. And like 10 other guys came around, they all said that was why they voted for him.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we put D'Amato over the top. I'm just hoping my pal remembers me when I go and visit him.
Senator. When have you set up the meeting?
I haven't set up the meeting yet.
I haven't set up...
I'm not sure what I'm going to say, but I think it's going to go something like this. I formalized it.
Senator D'Amato, it is good to see you. My friend, I backed you in your campaign against Bob Abrams. I did not think that Bob Abrams was a bad man. But, Senator, you conveyed to me that you would do me a favor if I was to convince many of my listeners to vote for you. And not that I have ever asked you for a favor before. I have always maintained that you are a good senator, and I'm happy to help you. And
Excuse me, Senator, are they burning something? I mean...
Do you smell this?
Are they burning something downstairs this morning?
They're burning... We work over a restaurant, and they are burning cabbage. No, I didn't turn up any heat.
It smells like a grilled cheese that got burned.
Robin, I was in the middle of talking to the senator.
I was just like, are we on
It's hard to
fire?
ignore,
Should we
yeah.
be abandoning the building?
Maybe we should be leaving the building.
Something's burning.
To me, it smells like cabbage.
Cabbage? It smells like pizza burning to me.
First, it smelled kind of good, like bread.
That's why I say pizza.
Actually, I thought it was meatballs.
Really?
Yeah. Now it smells like a bad fart.
That was me.
Oh, that was you?
No, I'm kidding. It's strong.
Jackie, you fart like a man with Lou Gehrig's disease. I'm telling you, I think you got a problem.
Yeah, that was just too much for me to ignore. I'm used to the garlic smell that usually wafts up, but that's scary.
I think Jackie made a duty in his pants.
Oh, sorry.
I think you had an accident.
Oh.
I think you made a smelly.
Did he really do that?
I think so. I'm going to check his drawers right now. Let me take a break. We'll be back right after these. We have news coming up. 9:30, there's a big press conference in Vegas. Stay tuned.
Right.
We'll be back right after this. I have not done one plug for Butt Bongo Fiesta this morning. I have not talked about it, and I've got 100 faxes here from people. Maybe I'll read some of those.
Okay.
I'm entitled to make one plug. We'll be back right after these words.
What are people saying about Howard Stern's Butt Bongo Fiesta?
Howard, I got the best story for you.
Go ahead. What happened?
I come home from work about 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
My wife goes, we got the bongo tape. I go, great. She goes, it was excellent. I go, what do you mean it was excellent? I told you to wait for me to open it up and we'll watch it together.
Hey, don't you hate that?
She goes, well, the UPS guy came here, and I go, wow, the Butt Bongo tape must be here. He goes, ma'am, you're kidding me. He goes, I must have delivered about 500 of these. He goes, wow, I can't believe it. He goes, Would you mind if I catch like 2 or 3 minutes of it? The guy ends up watching 45 minutes before he got beeped from his supervisor. Where the hell was he? Unbelievable, Howard.
Wait a second. You're telling me the UPS guy had on your pair of 3D glasses?
My pair of 3D glasses sitting on my sofa with my wife.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable.
Order now. Adults only, 18 or over. Price $34.95 plus $4.50 for shipping and handling plus applicable sales tax. Tapes to be ordered by calling 1-800-52-STIR. Tapes will be VHS only. Visa and MasterCard will be accepted. Have your credit card ready when you call. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. From Howard Stern and Infinity Ventures. Don't hesitate. Call now. Dial 1-800-52-STIR. That's 1-800-52-STIR. 1-800-52-STIR.
Listen longer to WXRK New York for guaranteed 20-song music marathons and classic rock on 92.3 K-Rock.
Tonight at 5 on News 4 New York. So, you want to be a TV star. All you need is an idea, a couple dollars, and a public access TV show. It's television where anything goes. Well, almost anything.
The guy, never mind Sternbusters, he better first get a WOUR Buster organization. He owns a station in Utica, New York. Can you imagine the size of that market? He can't beat his competitor in Utica. He's going to get a Sternbusters now. Like someone's going to pay him money to beat me. Ed, everyone's anxious to get in line and pay for your scary talents.
Well, he says the worst thing to do is to do nothing.
Yeah, well, did you read the interview with him? He says what you should do is go after his advertisers.
Right.
That sounds like a pretty good competitive stance.
Sounds like you really know what you're doing on the air, so you don't have to worry about anything else.
Well, they've been going after my advertisers for 10 years in New York. It hasn't paid off yet. Well, you think I've been through the worst of that. Look, Ed. We all know, why don't you get a Tom Starbusters organization, see if you can beat Tom Star up at Utica, WOUR, you pussy. You're going to start a Sternbusters. You can't even win in Utica, you lame ass. Sternbusters. Like someone's going to pay him for that, based on what experience? You haven't busted anybody, let alone in Utica, you loser. Be ashamed of yourself. Sternbusters. Any one of my competing radio stations wants to spend money on Ed Levine's scary radio talents, be my guest. He thinks I'm scared of him. By the way, I also received the following letter, Robin. Dear Howard, you are absolutely correct in saying that Jamaica is a lousy place to visit.
Now, this is from the Jamaican Council, I suppose.
No, just a tourist. I was visiting Jamaica to relax, I thought. When I was pulled out of line from the waiting line to go through passport control, I was ushered rapidly to a small 4x6 room, nothing but wooden floors and wooden panels surrounding me, as well as 2 armed policemen asking me to bend over. This was my great welcome into Jamaica.
Oh, right away they did this.
When I asked them why I had to bend over, they angrily replied with, "Just do as you're told, man." I was strip searched, and then they emptied the entire contents of my baggage, which was one grand total of 1 bag. He had 1 bag with him.
Uh-huh.
They were mean, they were nasty, they were so sure that I was carrying drugs. Can you imagine in Jamaica, they're worried about people carrying drugs into the country?
Uh-huh.
So enough of it coming out of that country. They were so sure that I was carrying drugs. I think this guy is on drugs, actually. I can't even make out his words here. They were so sure that I was carrying drugs. Afterwards, the taxi driver explained to me that they pulled me out only because I had long hair. The driver told me it was because I had long hair. After the strip search, I tried immediately to get on a plane returning to New York, but no such luck. No plane leaving till the next day. The search lasted 2 hours. 2 hours of a search. P.S. The flashlight is still stuck in my buttocks. There it is. You know, people got to understand something.
What should we understand?
Oh, you should understand when I say I won't go to Jamaica, you guys are more than welcome to go. Anybody is more than welcome to go.
Are we to believe now that everything you say is your own personal opinion?
Exactly. You can do whatever you want.
Because I love these people calling to argue with you.
Yeah.
Like they can change your mind.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I just wouldn't go there. That's all. It's not my favorite place on earth to go. I've
You've
never been
to Jamaica.
Would not go. I'm sure the weather is lovely. I just don't, I've met some Jamaicans who I feel are
I hear
hostile.
it's beautiful.
I've met a lot of Jamaicans who are very hostile. I remember the newspaper reports, and I'm not interested in it. Not interested in it.
Come back to Jamaica.
Come back. And you know what that slogan is? Come back to Jamaica. And that's like instead of just saying, hey, you guys all had a bad time in Jamaica, come on, please come back, is come back to Jamaica. It's supposed to be
It's
like...
better this time.
Yeah, what they're implying is that everyone's learned how to behave themselves
Right,
now.
now it's okay to come.
Oh, yeah, the new generation of black people, they're like white men. Let me take a break here. We'll be back. We're going to do some news for you. We got the press conference at 9:30, Robin.
Oh, well, wait a minute. I have one final question to clear up here because you said, like, the new black people there like white men.
Yes.
Is it okay for everyone else to go?
Yes.
Hispanics?
Yes. Anybody can go. White people can go, too.
Non-white?
I'm just not going.
No, I'm just saying, would it be okay? They like non-whites from America? Is that
I
what
have
you're saying?
no idea. I have
all you
no
know about
idea.
is the white man, huh?
I just know I'm an expert on the white man. I'm not Hispanic. I got my own problems. I'm sure if you're Hispanic, who knows? Who knows what goes on there? But, And certainly one strip search shouldn't scare you away. Go ahead, be my guest.
Come back.
Come back to Jamaica. Come back to reclaim your jewelry and your wallet and your prestige. This time you will not be emasculated. Why does my Jamaican accent sound like Dracula?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I don't need to spend my vacation with a country full of squeegee guys.
And when we come back, you will explain this term emasculate to me.
Yes.
And tell me why it is so easy to do it.
Well, it's easy to emasculate a guy, especially when you go to like a country filled with people who are going to stare at your woman and stuff, and they can just take her and grab her and touch her, and you can't do anything about
But
it.
I hear you using this term all the time. You're emasculated all the time.
I've been emasculated since I'm 3. It's hard to be masculine when you got a penis the size of a thumbtack.
And Gary came in here screaming it the other day, and I said, why is it so easy?
Yeah, it's easy to emasculate Gary. And don't emasculate me.
But tell me what it actually is. How does it feel to be emasculated?
You feel like a woman. Oh, you want to know what it's like to be
You
emasculated?
don't know what a woman feels like.
Oh, yes, I do. Let me take a break. I'll explain to you what emasculation is. All right,
I'm so interested in this term.
All right, we'll take a break. Don't forget about the big press conference. Don't forget about we're on the air in Las Vegas, so that's what we're here to celebrate this morning. Also, Robin claims it's our 9th market.
10th.
What is it? Give me your pen, Baba Booey. Sure.
Albany, New York.
Wait. Albany, New York. Philly.
Washington, Baltimore, Cleveland, Chicago,
Dallas,
Las Vegas.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What did I leave out?
New York. No, you said New York.
Baltimore.
You said Albany.
Baltimore,
you said. Washington, Philadelphia.
Philly.
And Fort Worth.
No, Dallas. Dallas you have.
Worth.
Cleveland, Chicago.
Something's missing.
Las Vegas. Yeah, number 10 is missing. Are you ready? Let's start again.
Albany.
New York, Philadelphia, Washington, Baltimore, Los Angeles, Cleveland, Dallas, Chicago, Albany, Las Vegas. That's 10.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, you forgot L.A. That's right. How could you forget L.A.?
I don't know.
All right, we'll be back right after these words.
20-song music marathons mean the most music, and I'll have another one.
About 900 articles today. Literally, I don't believe it. FCC, this one, that one. FCC got us a whole wave of articles.
Yes, always does.
3,000 articles. All the same stupid article. I read a good article about Larry King. They were going to take his radio show. You know, his radio show was on overnight. Mm-hmm. They were going to take his radio show, put it on during the day. Larry wanted this.
Yeah, I think they were trying it out for a week or two, weren't they?
Well, they were going to, but they realized that Larry King doesn't get any ratings when he has to compete with anybody. So they kept him on at night.
So they finally realized this, huh?
Yes. Because they realized you put that guy on any time where he has to be up against someone, he will crumble.
I heard he was jealous of Rush Limbaugh or something.
Yes, he's jealous. There's a guy to be jealous of, a big, fat, miserable man. What is it, Baba Booey? Who's on the phone?
An angry Jamaican.
Well, why would he be? Why would you be angry with me? Isn't that silly?
Well, you say they're angry people, huh?
Why would you be angry with me, my friend?
I'm angry with you because you're giving the wrong information about Jamaica.
No, you got to understand something.
Good morning, Robin.
Good morning.
I grew up with Jamaicans, and I know where it's at. I grew up in a black community, and many of the people living there were Jamaican. And I got an overview of what the people were like. They are proud people. They come to this country, and the first thing they say is, in my country, I used to be a nurse. Man.
Well,
and then, but now I'm reduced to being a garbage man in this country, and they always get mad.
People come to America and they make sacrifices.
Hey, I'm all
a lot
for
of
it.
educated Jamaicans to come to America. The American embassy is always emphasizing that you have to, be of good standard in your country.
I don't know.
So that when you come to America, you elevate. And then
why does everybody want to be in this country now? Why can't everyone stay in their own country anymore? What's going on?
Why are you and your family in America?
I don't know. I was born here. Were you?
No, I wasn't born
Why did you come over? What opportunity were you looking for?
Because I'm looking for a better life, just like your four parents was looking for a better life.
No, my four parents were right here.
Oh, come on, Howard.
No.
You know somebody came here.
Well, somebody eventually. They came here when they needed to come here. Jamaica is such a great country. Why don't all the Jamaicans? It's such nice weather. I don't understand why you guys don't stay in your own country. Boy, if I had nice weather like that, I wouldn't be looking to leave.
Certainly wouldn't come to New York.
No.
The weather is not all that's important. A lot of people do go to Jamaica and enjoy themselves. People from all over Europe. Jamaica is
So what are you worried about? I say I wouldn't go there on vacation. You can go there all you want. You go there, you don't see what I see. I go there as a white guy. I get most people get 2 weeks vacation a year. If I'm lucky, I go away 1 week out of the year. I don't want to go to a country where a lot of the people there feel hostile to me.
People do not feel hostile to
well, how do you know how it feels to Howard, though?
Yeah, well, he's a black guy. He goes to Jamaica, and it's wonderful there.
Experience with both white people and black people and people of all other ethnic backgrounds, and I know that Jamaicans are not. We are.
Sir, let me ask you something. You're a Jamaican, right? Use your brains. Would you go to a country?
Yeah.
Would you go on? Let's say you had some vacation. Do you? Okay. Would you go to Nazi Germany?
No, because Jamaica is not.
Would you go to South Africa?
Would you go to South Africa, sir?
No, Jamaica
no, you
not,
wouldn't. Would you go to South Africa? Just answer the question.
Lovely weather there too.
I would go to South Africa.
You would?
Yes.
Well, then go. Would you go to a country that is openly hostile to black people?
Yes.
You would?
Because I could adjust myself, but Jamaica is not in that.
It is. You're not a white guy. You don't know.
No. Jamaica, our biggest industry in Jamaica is tourism.
I know.
We make the most money from tourism, and you're shattering.
I'm not shattering anything.
A lot of people's image of Jamaica.
I don't care. This is my image of Jamaica.
No, but Howard, you're a lot of people do listen to you, and people that listen to your show are usually people who are at a certain age that.
All right, okay, everyone, I take it back. Go to Jamaica. Thank you so much.
Go to vacation and stuff like that.
All right, everyone should go to Jamaica.
It's very unfair for you to do that. Even though I like your show, I think it's very funny.
Why are you so worried about Jamaica? Do you work for the government?
No, but it's...
So what do you care?
I want you to understand that...
Why are you worried about Jamaica? That's a good question. I like that question. I'm going to entertain that for a while. You don't answer any questions. All you do is blabber on.
No, I'm not...
No, all you want to do is talk.
Go ahead, ask me a question.
The question was, what are you worried about Jamaica for? You live in this country. You're an American now.
Yes, I am an American now.
You're a citizen?
I can tell you why. Yes.
Are you a citizen of America?
Yes, I am.
Then why are you worrying about Jamaica and my feelings about it?
Let me explain now.
Yeah.
Okay? The reason why, because tourism is
what?
That's not your country.
You should be concerned with whether or not people come here to. You should be concerned whether or not people come here to visit.
No, I have a lot of family there, and
I don't care about your family there.
No, and the tourism is very important to the.
Well, then go there.
Huh?
Then go there.
And people do enjoy themselves, but people when you say this, people think, that. Jamaicans hate them and some things like that.
Sir, I wouldn't walk through a town in Jamaica.
Did he say hate them or ate them? I can't.
Did you eat the Jamaicans or did you hate them?
that Jamaicans do hate white people. And
do they, sir?
That is not true.
Are there a lot of Jamaicans that do?
We expect to get respect.
Are there a lot of Jamaicans that hate white people?
No.
Okay.
We expect to be treated with respect like we treat you with respect.
I'm treating you with respect.
The difference with Americans.
Oh, I'm tired of all the lies.
Oh, so now you're going to admit that they do have bad attitudes, but it's because of Americans' bad attitudes.
Right.
You see, Americans are used to belittling blacks, and when they go to Jamaica, they expect to be continuing the same process. But when you go to Jamaica, you have to make adjustments.
So it is true that then they're going to have a bad time.
So you're telling me as a white man...
You have to make adjustments to your personality.
I see. So I should adjust my personality
and start
to please your Jamaicans. And you're saying that we don't treat them with respect.
Yes, you will get respect.
Because God forbid we expect good service, and then right away you think it's a racial thing.
Good service.
No, you don't.
You get good
you
service.
do not,
service
liar.
Has nothing to do with respect.
Oh, that's a lie.
You get good service but you will have to treat black people with respect.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the problem.
I see. You see.
People, it's racist
You're a big
people that
wise
have
ass.
problems in Jamaica.
You're a big wise ass. You know
Racist
You call
white
up
people
here.
have problems in Jamaica.
You call
Everybody
up here.
else enjoy themselves.
You know what? You kill me. You
I
kill
don't
me.
think you're racist, Howard. I think you're just saying this.
No, I'm not. I'm not
I
just
don't
saying
think you're
this.
Racist. I listen to you a lot. I have problems with black people who say, "Why are you listening to Howard?" I listen
It's
to
Howard, not Howard.
Howard.
Let me tell you something, because you're busy pontificating. You're filibustering on my show. Let me tell you something, my Jamaican friend.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Yes,
Number one, you live in America now. Worry about America.
I love
Don't worry about
America.
Jamaica.
I
Number
also love Jamaica
number
too.
two, you're a big fake. I'll tell you why. You call up this program and you tell me how much Jamaicans love Americans, and 3 seconds later you change your whole story that the white people, it's their fault the Jamaicans have a bad attitude.
You go down there with the wrong attitude.
So now you confess that some Jamaicans are upset with white people. Yeah. No, you're a
How are you
racist.
going to get Americans to come down there if you don't want any raises?
No, because
No, it's not about racism. I'll tell you what happens. You go to Jamaica. Let me tell you what
You
happens.
don't have that much problem with racism.
Now, hold on a
because of your
second,
status,
you.
But you do know that there's
What
a
is it, Gary?
racism in America.
You want to have? I have on the phone an angry black man who wants to yell at the Jamaican guy.
Well, I can't do that because I can't put down two lines at the same time.
Why? You see, that's the problem. Why would he want to be yelling at another black?
Hey, let me ask you a question. Does your wife have a hat with fruit piled on top of it? You don't even listen to the questions, do you?
Go ahead.
I said, does your wife have a hat with fruit piled on top of it? Now, listen to me. Listen to me carefully, my friend.
That's very funny. Oh,
Yeah, so you listen to me, and it's Howard. Say Howard. Let me hear how you talk. Say Howard.
Howard.
No, Howard.
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 That's it. Now, you're capable of saying it. Why do you not say it?
Because you got me upset. You
Oh,
know?
I see. You mean as soon as you get upset, you can't speak?
I talk a little too fast when I get upset.
All right, let me explain to you why you're a big fake. You're a big fake because your original premise was that no Jamaicans hate white people. Now your premise is the Jamaicans hate the white people, but it's the white person's
I
fault.
didn't say we hate them. It's just that you get treated according to how you.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you
treat
something
people.
about service,
So
my
you
friend.
give respect.
There is an attitude that you must have. When your country is based on tourism,
Right.
you don't sit and worry about whether the white man is being nice to you.
No,
You
it's
sit
not.
and worry about serving the white man properly. And there is nothing wrong with serving the white man. If your attitude is that there's something wrong with serving the white man, then you are going to always feel like you're mistreated.
You see, our problem is.
You know, if I'm in Jamaica and you can say to some black guy over there, some Jamaican guy, go, hey, buddy, my drink isn't cold enough. Right away, you're going to go, oh, you stinking man. You stinking man. I give you a voodoo hex. I give you a voodoo hex.
You're wrong
man.
there, Howard. We
You
have a lot of-
stinking
we
man.
have a white-
You
a lot of
stinking
white-
man. You stinking man. You give a voodoo hex a
Howard,
stinking
You're
man.
missing out on one important point.
You're a
we have a
stinker
lot
man.
of white Jamaicans.
I'm going to spit in your food,
We
you
have a lot
stinking
of
man.
white Jamaicans. We're used to having white people. We have a lot of different races.
All right,
We
very
have
good. I got to
Chinese.
go. Goodbye.
The problem is that
All right.
they're treated with the same
Sir,
respect
I have
that they
nothing
treat
against
the black
Jamaicans.
with. And
I
we're
have
used
not.
to
There are
treating
many
white
nice
people
Jamaicans.
with
Go
the
to
same
Jamaica.
respect
I'm not
that they
going
give
there.
us. We don't give no special respect for no race.
Oh.
That's the problem.
You can't
Everybody
do
gets
this with
treated
this
the
guy.
same. If you're not respectful, you don't
Right.
get treated with respect.
already.
Yeah, and big deal. That
Thank
sounds
you
like a
very much.
lot of garbage. And what if somebody's not so respectful? You don't have to chop off their feet on the golf course.
No, that's,
There's a way to react when people aren't respectful.
People get hurt in America.
No, we act like Americans when we're in Jamaica. You guys got to adapt to us. We don't have to adapt to you. Well, then don't expect me to go there. I'm not going to adapt for anybody. I'm going to be my same old ugly American self. If you can't deal with it, then I'm not coming to your country. You. How dare you say Howard
And
again?
you go and you enjoy your 2 weeks or whatever time you want to spend.
You go where
wherever.
you want to go. I'll go where I want to go. I'm staying right home.
But anyway, you should go to Jamaica. You'll end.
What do you want, sir?
Goodness.
Howard.
I would have put you on with that guy, but I can't.
I know, but he's a liar. They're the most violent people you ever want to be around.
Now,
They
let
don't-
me tell you, so hold on a second here. Not all Jamaicans are bad people. I am saying that many Jamaicans that I met have this attitude toward the white man. I don't need to go to that country.
Well, that's a fact.
Now, you're an American, right?
Yes, I am.
Now,
Born
let me
and
hear you
raised.
say Howard.
Howard.
Yeah, that's the way you say it.
But these people, Howard, when you're around them, they don't like black people.
I like
They-
Jamaicans. I know many nice Jamaicans. I just don't want to go to that country.
Well, hey, Howard, I'll never go there because.
Of course you're not going to go there. You don't have a job. You have no money.
Hey, Howard.
All right, look, I got to go. All right?
Okay.
All right, very good. Goodbye. He's on unemployment. I know that guy. All right, Rob, we're going to take a break. We'll start the news right after these words.
Classic sports weekend in Boston can be yours from 92.3 K-Rock and Sam Adams. Listen to the Dave Herman Rock.
I also think that, especially with judges,
that you could place your faith in them.
Right. You give a person the title judge, you sort of give him that Solomon thing, you know, that he knows all, sees all, and he's a wise and fair man.
Yeah, but then you start to realize as you get older that, like, you get to
people are people.
You get to be a judge when somebody appoints you.
Right,
You know?
and that could be the guy next door or
Right.
down the street. Everybody you meet has their failings.
Yeah, and you got to have a connection in order to become a judge, and it becomes a whole thing. So this guy is the head muckety-muck of all the
Yeah,
judges.
at one point he was elected. Now it's an appointee position, but
Right.
you know, he had a good long time left on his term until now.
Yeah.
It could be over for him. And he was even considering running for the governor's office in the next election because he's about the top Republican around in the state of New York.
So what did he do wrong?
Apparently, a couple of years ago, he had an affair with a woman. This is what the police are saying anyway. Had an affair with this woman, and then their affair broke up, and he's been trying to extort money from her for the last month or so, threatening to, reveal or issue tapes and pictures of her with her new boyfriend, and he also sent her letters threatening to kidnap her daughter. She has I think a 12 or 14-year-old daughter. So he sent her a couple of letters saying that, you know, the daughter would be spending Thanksgiving with him.
Isn't this great?
That she didn't give him $20,000, and this wasn't a lot of money either.
Yeah.
$20,000, you're going to throw away your whole career, and nobody has said what he needed the money for.
Didn't he want to go see Jackie's show?
He wanted to go to Disney World. Or
Right.
something. But he also sent a postcard to the woman about her daughter with some lewd sexual reference in it.
Yeah.
And a wrapped condom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this
All right.
guy was
Okay, then.
way out of control.
We love
if
that.
all these things are true. The FBI was brought into it because he made many of these calls from out of state. He
Yes.
made some from New Jersey, some from as far away as Nevada. And so they got into it because you cannot send or issue threats on telephone lines, especially across state lines.
This guy must have had a boner and a half, man, to go. I mean, he must have really loved her or something. I mean, he must
Well,
have.
you know, there's one thing that I see in all the news accounts today. People are trying to determine why he went crazy over this particular woman.
Right.
You know, so you see descriptions of her in the paper today. You know, people talking about what she looked like, how old she was, you know, that she was a society babe and so forth, as if there's some particular woman that a man loses his mind over. They don't want to think that the man just lost his mind.
Right, had to be over
And she
somebody
happened
really
to
good.
Be there.
Yeah.
They want to blame the woman. This was a perfectly reasonable guy until this woman came along.
She did mess him up pretty bad. So this guy, Saul Wackler,
Yes, that's his name.
he's a funny-looking guy, too.
Yes, he is. He's not the world's most handsome person.
Who does he look like? Seriously, we know somebody who must look like. I mean, with the big lips and the. Doesn't he look kind of funny?
I've been looking at this face and saying it doesn't fit. It's
Yeah.
like he was put together with spare parts.
Frankenstein.
But I don't know that. Who does he look like? Howdy Doody.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go with that. He does. He does look like Howdy Doody. Doesn't he, guys?
Look at him.
He looks like Howdy Doody.
I got a picture of him with Governor Cuomo. He looks just like Howdy Doody.
Judge Doody.
Check for strings. But anyway, so now he's in a mental ward.
Fall from grace.
And they're watching him constantly. Apparently, now yesterday, the sad thing is the man has been married for 40 years, has a family.
Yeah.
And of course, after the arrest, the press was running up to his wife asking what she thought of this whole thing.
Oh, we're very happy. We're very happy about this. My husband's in a mental institution, and he's been cheating on me. He's brought honor to our family.
Yesterday, she was saying she didn't know anything about this and that she had no idea about any problems in her marriage.
Yeah.
Now, yesterday, apparently, the family went to the hospital to see him.
Yeah.
And the judge was crying throughout most of the visit. Saying that he had brought disgrace to his family and ruined the family name and his reputation.
Where's my crying tape? I wanted to play the guy crying. I can't find it, though. You got it, Fred?
Yeah, no, you should have it there.
It's really bugging me that I can't find it.
He said, I feel badly for my family. I've heard our name.
Here it is.
And he expressed mostly remorse for his family. He doesn't say anything about bugging this woman for more than a month.
Let's take a break, Robin. We'll be back with more news.
All right.
Be back right after this.
What do people say about Howard Stern's Butt Bongo Fiesta?
Howard, I got the best story for you.
Go ahead. What happened?
I come home from work about 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
My wife goes, we got the bongo tape. I go, great. She goes, it was excellent. I go, what do you mean it was excellent? I told you to wait for me to open it up and we'll watch it together.
Hey, don't you hate that?
She goes, well, the UPS guy came here, and I go, wow, the Butt Bongo tape must be here. He goes, ma'am, you're kidding me. He goes, I must have delivered about 500 of these. He goes, wow, I can't believe it. He goes, would you mind if I catch like 2 or 3 minutes of it? The guy ends up watching 45 minutes before he got beeped from his supervisor. Where the hell was he? Unbelievable, Howard.
Wait a second. You're telling me the UPS guy had on your pair of 3D glasses?
My pair of 3D glasses sitting on my sofa with my wife.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable.
Order now. Adults only, 18 or over. Price $34.95 plus $4.50 for shipping and handling plus applicable sales tax. Tapes to be ordered by calling 1-800-52-STIR. Tapes will be VHS only. Visa and MasterCard will be accepted. Have your credit card ready when you call. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. From Howard Stern and Infinity Ventures. Don't hesitate. Call now. Dial 1-800.
Well, I was just about to tell you about this kidnapped New Jersey woman who turned up murdered.
Yes.
And they have made an arrest, Howard.
What great citizen have they arrested?
They have arrested a 23-year-old man named Scott Johnson.
Scott Johnson. Scott Johnson, another great American.
And thrown him in jail. Apparently, the motive for the murder, he needed money for child support.
Oh, well, isn't that lovely?
Unfortunately, he only got $1.90 and a token for some amusement park. His mother.
This mental case took a mother and her daughter,
Gail Scholler,
for a ride. Left the daughter off somewhere, the 3-year-old.
He threw the daughter out at some point and took the mother along, and apparently killed her later that evening, and according to a friend who talked to the Post, sexually assaulted the woman. The police have not released that information. They said to do so would be just too gruesome for the family to tell what was done.
They should let the gentleman who's now stuck with 3 kids, no wife. Doesn't he have 3 kids?
Yes, because there were 2 other children at home.
Yeah. And they ought to let him just take this guy and knife him, chop him up in little pieces, chop off his feet, and stick them in the guy's mouth so he asphyxiates.
I think that's too nice.
You know what you do? You change the $1.90 to pennies. Put it all in pennies, put them in a sack, and beat him to death with it. Let the husband do it. We have no death penalty here, so nothing will happen.
Well, this happened in New Jersey, thank goodness, where there is one, and that's what they'll be seeking in this case.
Was this racially motivated, Robin?
Well, how do you determine if something's racially motivated, Howard? If there are people of 2 different races involved?
Was it a racial motivation? Do they know?
I said, how do you determine that?
Yes.
If there are 2 different races involved?
Usually, yeah.
No, that's not how you determine a racial crime.
That's how I do it.
Yeah, I know you do.
How else do you determine it?
If somebody's attacking you simply because of your race, that's a racial crime. He was attacking this woman for money. It was a money crime.
But why didn't he go attack a black woman? Why did he pick a white woman?
Well, you know where the money is.
The white women. Cut him in half with a blowtorch. Let me do it. Let me do it. No?
I said, how do you determine that?
Yes.
If there are 2 different races involved?
Usually, yeah.
No, that's not how you determine a racial crime.
That's how I do it.
Yeah, I know you do.
How else do you determine it?
If somebody's attacking you simply because of your race, that's a racial crime. He was attacking this woman for money. It was a money crime.
But why didn't he go attack a black woman? Why did he pick a white woman?
Well, you know where the money is.
The white women. Cut him in half with a blowtorch. Let me do it. Let me do it. You know, people say, hey, Howard, would you really do it? If you take this guy, give me a blowtorch. Let me blowtorch him in half.
You know what, Howard? I would love for somebody to come up and give you the opportunity just to see what you would do.
Robin, you know what? That would be the best birthday gift you could give me.
I don't have it.
Let me blowtorch that guy in half. Let me do it for the husband. Let me blowtorch him.
That won't bring back his wife, just like the victim's
father-in-law. But you know what? It makes you feel a little bit better.
A little bit better.
A little bit better.
I don't think anything but time will help to erase this.
Yeah, blowtorch this scuzzball. And let me tell you something. I'll tell you what hurts me. We're going to have to, if this guy doesn't get blowtorched, we got to pay for his room and board for the next 25 years.
Well, we'll be taking up the child support now since he couldn't provide it.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll be supporting this stupid kid that he's got.
Oh, jeez. Sometimes when people have babies, I say to myself, didn't they think of what it would be like for that child to have them for a parent?
All right. What else you got there, Robin?
The president-elect says that he sees a slew of decisions ahead in the transition from Arkansas State House to the White House.
Oh, seems like he's overwhelmed already. I'm hearing a lot of overwhelming kind of attitudes coming out of that White House.
Bill
oh my
Clinton
God.
turns his attention to that today after a weekend of jogging, walking, reading, golf, and spending time with his family.
All of these guys, they win these elections and they're jogging and golfing. I tell you something, you can't win. I was screaming about this on Friday. They got that, ever since Eisenhower built that friggin' Camp David, all of these presidents, they got their own private country club. I tell you, it's like a sickness. They all get it. This Bush couldn't get himself out of Camp David, and the only time he could get himself out of Camp David was to fly to Kennebunkport for more fishing. It's unbelievable. You got 4 years to impress us. 4 years to change the scope of America. What a great opportunity. And these guys, they go bazookas. They go nuts.
Well, let's just say this guy's not the president yet. We'll give him a chance.
Everybody's resting.
Immediately you start attacking. What happened to the honeymoon?
Robin, I know I never get a break. Listen, I'm all for the new president. You know that. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm way behind
give him a chance. You know the guy was sick.
He's jogging.
Shouldn't he lay down?
And here the guy is sick. What does he do? He gets up, he starts jogging to wear himself down some more. He has no voice, and he's jogging.
Vice President Al Gore will be returning to Little Rock today after a weekend at home in his home state of Tennessee. Clinton told reporters he intends to work hard on the transition, but won't be rushed into any personal decisions.
First, he has to rest. He needs more vacation.
Hey, you want a man with a sound mind
right.
doing this stuff.
I think Al Gore wants to be president. He said, Bill, why don't you go jog?
Look at his first decision he's going to make.
Who, Al Gore?
No, Bill Clinton. He says he does hope to decide this week when to visit Washington and when to take a needed vacation.
Oh, my God. You hear this? Do you guys hear this?
Oh, dear.
These guys, they campaign. All they want is this job. And the first decision, when can I take my vacation? It's unfriggin' believable.
Seems that all the work is in the getting.
Everybody has a civil service mentality. A civil service mentality. If that was your own business you just won, if the presidency was your own business that you just won.
Would you go on vacation right
Of course
away?
not. When is our vacation?
I know every time we get a new job, that's the last thing we get to do.
Never get vacation. Anybody I know who works never gets vacation. What is it?
No, I was just going to ask you what time we were going to check in for our press conference, because we're scheduled to do it now.
All right, after the next break, I'll go to the press conference.
Okay, great.
All right, we'll
All right,
answer the
let me
reporter's
just,
question. Go ahead, Robin.
I did want to talk a little bit more about the first mom.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, let's just examine her name. Virginia Cassidy Blythe Clinton Dwyer Kelly.
Robin showed me a picture this morning of Bill Clinton's mother. I'm telling you, I think we got Ms. Lillian again. I hope not.
I think this is worse.
She got an eye makeup on her. Wow. Woo.
I tell you, these eyelashes are 3 inches long.
And she paints an eyebrow on herself.
They're headed right for the ceiling.
She looked like Spock. But all right, look.
Check those ears. Are they pointed?
Oh,
And that swatch of white hair right up in the front. What's that all about?
that's the Cesar Romero look.
What
you
is
know
she,
that.
a punker?
All right, what do you want to say about her, Rob?
Well, I just want to say she's been married a number of times, widowed 3 times.
Oh, boy. What a family background.
Listen to all these names. Virginia Cassidy, that was her maiden name. Then there was Blythe,
Yes.
who was Bill Clinton's actual father. Then there was Clinton,
Right, the Clinton who
beat her and gave her son his name.
she beats him back with her eyelashes.
Then there was Dwyer, and now there's Kelly. So that's
Fantastic.
4 husbands, 3 of them dead.
A woman who looks like that got that many husbands?
Yeah.
She's enterprising. I like that.
She's a retired nurse who loves playing the ponies
Oh, boy.
and loves to come to town every day or something to visit.
He's got the mother and the brother.
She's a member of the fan club of Jason Williams, a rockabilly piano player
Hey, boy.
who lists his 2 biggest influences, so I guess we'll be hearing more about this guy, as Vladimir Horowitz and Hank Williams.
Oh,
She was widowed while pregnant with Bill.
how'd she lose that husband?
I think he was in a car accident or something.
Right.
Then, the second of her 4 husbands was an alcoholic wife abuser. Her 3rd husband died of a heart ailment.
That's the one that... Boy, she's some character.
She's a bad luck charm. She's a Jonah. Her other son, Roger Clinton Jr., served a year in federal prison for cocaine dealing, and she lost a breast to cancer.
Oh, boy. All right, that you can't fault her on.
No, we can't blame her for that one.
All right, look, let's just hope the president maybe rose above his humble beginnings.
Oh, boy.
It's very hard, by the way. When you have a kooky family, it's very hard not to have a kook. You know, not to be a kook. It's just you can't help it.
Roger, who is now 35.
Is the press dancing yet? They're so happy.
Whose dream was to become a rock singer, works in Hollywood as a production assistant on the sets of TV sitcoms Designing Women in Evening Shade, both produced by a friend of Bill and Hillary Clinton's. Roger also leads a rock group called The Politics, and says he will perform in the inauguration of his brother. Maybe we can get a hold of him.
The Politics. We want to copy
maybe
that
be
record.
at our rally.
Yeah, we want them to perform. All right, let's take a break, Rob. When we come back, let's talk to the Vegas
do the
reporters.
press conference,
and then we'll do that for a couple of minutes, and then we'll finish the news for you right after these words.
Hi, this is Dave Herman on 92.3 K-Rock. Pete Fornatel will have more Springsteen tickets to give away on today's K-Rock.
All right, I'm ready now. Robin has handed me a bunch of faxes that I must respond to, but I can't do it right now because we have a press conference, Robin.
That's right. Well, you don't want the press to get angry, so don't keep them waiting.
No, for once we want to get some positive press. Maybe in Vegas. I'll make my opening statement as we usually do when we go to a new town, Robin.
Yes. This is a town that should be open and hungry for entertainment.
Yeah, they can't certainly tell me they got a morality problem with our show in Las Vegas. I mean, hometown gambling.
What they aren't doing.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I mean, doesn't they have the mafia own half that town?
Well, they try to pretend that it doesn't. You know, they have all kinds of commissions and everything.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can get it. Hello?
Hello.
All right. Who's this?
This is Bill Todd, program director.
Hey, Bill, isn't it the mob is involved?
You're asking me?
Hey, can you lower the monitors there? We're getting a lot of, sort of echo.
Okay.
Lower them down.
All right, we're going to have the engineer do it right now.
All right.
How's
yes,
that?
because he can't do it.
Bill, you are the program director of our station in Las Vegas?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations to you. You've just hired a great morning show. You're a smart man. How's it going to be to be a winner out in Las Vegas?
It feels great now that you're on. We want to welcome you to Las Vegas, Howard. Let's hear it for Howard Stern in Las Vegas.
Thank you.
There's a rousing
We are thrilled.
welcome.
Finally, a press room that is not hostile, because in Vegas they know.
Was that the press?
Yes, that was the press, wasn't it?
We got tons of press here, and
you got a couple of shills in the audience to applaud from it. All right, that's good enough. Well, who cares? But what about that? Is the mob involved in Vegas or not?
Nah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Nah.
Oh, where'd they move to?
I don't know. Maybe the other. I don't know where they moved to.
If
actually.
I see one negative article on this show, I am going to say, I got to tell you this. If I see one negative article, Robin, I am going to say, wait a second. You mean those reporters find me offensive, but they don't find the fact that there might be organized crime involved in Vegas? I mean, that's what I'm going to. So I know we're going to get positive press in Las Vegas. I know it. I just know it. As long as there's no shooting at the press conference. So you are the program director. Are you tired of these other stations ripping me off, imitating me? Now, I understand there is one team imitating Howard and Robin. Is that correct?
In a roundabout way, actually, because they were, this is only rumor now, hearsay, that they were taping Mark and Brian. And, of course, Mark and Brian were taping you. So in a roundabout way, we're getting Howard Stern.
They were third hand.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's frightening. So,
rip-off artist.
Let me ask you this: how do you assess the competition in Vegas? Is there a guy there doing my material already?
Before you or after you? Now that you're on, you're going to blow them away, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I think you'll be the fastest riser to number one.
What is their names? These two Howard Stern rip-off artists.
You want me to say it?
Sure, go ahead.
Johnson and Tofty.
Whoa, Johnson and Toftig.
Johnson and Toftig.
Yeah.
Johnson and Toftig?
Yeah. Well, at least they kept real names.
Yeah.
Johnson and Toftig.
I forgot which one was Jim and which one was Ken. What is it?
So what is it? They've been beating your ass in the morning?
Yeah, they've been doing a pretty good job, actually.
Yeah, because you know what it is? It's great. They probably thought in their entire careers that they would never see us come to Las Vegas. They thought that they would get away with
safe.
it.
Yep.
Johnson and Toftig thought that they would get away. Toftig?
T-O-F-T-E, Tofty.
Oh, Tofty. Tofty. Tofty.
Wasn't that your name at one point?
Yes. As a matter of fact, that was my name in the early days of radio. They even stole my name. My name was Howard Tofty. Tofty. Saltwater Tofty was...
your first name.
Yeah. Well, like so many young guys who get into radio, they listen to this show in New York. It's not hard to get tapes. And they suddenly get a set of balls on them, and they go on the radio, and suddenly they have...
Oh, boy, do they have opinions.
And they have
Can they
opinions.
open their mouth?
Yeah, they have an opinion about a week after I've had an opinion.
Right.
We're going to blow their asses up.
You got it, man.
You're going to blow it up. Let me hear you say you're going to blow their asses up.
We're going to blow these guys up.
Blow their asses up. Say that. Go ahead and say it.
All right. We're going to blow their asses up.
There you go, buddy. What's your name again? I forget.
Thanks for giving me permission to do that on the air. I haven't done that in 17 years. So.
What is your name again?
What's that?
What is your name again?
Bill.
Bill what?
Todd. Last name, Todd.
That's your real name?
Yes, sir.
It's not Bill Tofty, is it? Bill, let me tell you something. You're a winner. Now you're a winner. You did the right thing. You got the Howard Stern show behind you.
Man, we're tickled.
You're going to kick some ass. You're going to kick some friggin' ass.
You know, we got about 40,000 people a year that move to Las Vegas, and a lot of them are from New York and Philadelphia and New Jersey. And we have received such good feedback about you coming to town.
Of course, because people are bored by radio. They are bored with what they've had on the radio. They're sick of Tofty over there and Bill Tofty, or whoever his name is. What is his name? Tofty and Johnson?
You got it.
Johnson and Tofty.
Johnson and Tofty.
Yeah, and we've got so many calls about the fact that Howard Stern's coming to Las Vegas. They listen to Howard in New York, and they can't believe he's coming to Las Vegas, and they're real thrilled by it.
You ever go to the legal whorehouses down there?
Chicken Ranch?
You ever go to the Chicken Ranch?
I haven't been there yet.
Or Mustang Ranch, whichever one it is.
You ever bang a hooker?
Like 3 or 4 of them. Madam Butterfly's another one. Not that I know.
Did you ever bang a hooker? Did you ever have sex with a hooker?
What about a showgirl?
Or a showgirl?
Showgirls would be nice.
Did you ever have sex with a hooker?
No.
You never did?
No. Do you want to start asking the press questions now?
Why don't I make my opening statement? Well, that's the press if they had sex with hookers. I wonder if I would go to, when I was single, if I would have gone to a legal
Well, if you'd grown up in Las Vegas and it was legal, now you went to all the strip clubs.
No, it's not legal in Las Vegas.
It's not?
No, next county over. It's called Nye County.
Oh, but we're broadcasting into Nye County, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Because I was watching Donahue when they had all those girls on from the Chicken House.
The Mustang Ranch, I think.
A Mustang Ranch or something.
Yeah.
It was like you want to bang your mother. I mean, it looked like they looked pretty bad. I mean, is Mustang Ranch out there too?
Yeah.
That's Nevada?
Is it Reno? It's up north in Nevada.
Hey, do you live there or what? So we broadcast into there, huh? Hey, hi, hookers. How you doing, honey?
Yeah, we're fast becoming the favorite
I think they're listening
show.
this morning.
Yeah. All right, let me make a statement to the press. So back off.
But you were asking, would you have gone? You probably would have.
Yeah, I think so. I think, as a young man, I would have tried to get into that whole scene. Although I'd be afraid of disease.
That's today.
Yeah, today I would be. But back then
but
I
when
would
you
have.
see the doctor sitting at the desk right when you come into the the little whorehouse,
Whores are great.
You're safe.
I would love to have sex with a whore because they know what they're doing.
They do?
Sure. All right, anyway, let me make my statement to the press. Viva Las Vegas. Thank you.
It is Return of the King.
Vegas, your dice has just landed on 7 and 11. Yes, your slot machine is spewing silver dollars. Your blackjack hand will be a face and an ace every morning. That's right. Lucky Howie has hit the airwaves. And now that Stern has rolled into your desert town daily to wake up the rattlesnakes and tumbleweeds with the world's best radio, the king of all media, that's me, will now entertain your questions. Go ahead.
I don't know why you even bother with these opening statements. They never make the news.
They never make the news, and it only makes me want to choke my speechwriter. All right, go ahead. Who is first, Bill?
We've got Randy Swallow from Channel 3, the NBC affiliate. We have
Randy
Swallow.
Randy Swallow with you.
Do you want to make the whole introductions or just one at a time?
No, one at a time. Whoever
Okay.
wants to ask a question first, I am happy to entertain your questions.
Okay, Randy Swallow from Channel 3, the NBC affiliate. Randy?
Randy, are you married? Is Randy married?
Pardon?
Are you married?
Yes.
So your wife is a swallow also?
No, she isn't.
She isn't, huh? Too bad. Neither is
Not
mine.
even she would do that.
Not even she would be a swallow. Well, I'll tell you something. I had the same problem.
You do, huh?
All right, Randy Swallow, of course, who is a young reporter in Las Vegas?
Sure.
How old are you?
31.
31, and you're not out of Vegas yet? How long have you been in this
Where were
game?
you before?
Yeah. Where have you been before?
Up in Canada.
Oh, my goodness. So you finally got a job here in America.
Absolutely.
You remind me of these guys who come from foreign countries to be doctors. Are you a Canadian?
Yes.
So you're broadcasting here in our America?
The next Peter Jennings.
Wow. Well, I got to tell you something. You're a very lucky man to be broadcasting in America, but I'll tell you one thing. Vegas is not the highlight of the media. I'm surprised you haven't moved on at 31 years of age.
Where else is there?
Well, have you tried to get jobs? Do you send out tapes to other stations?
Yes, I do.
And they don't respond, or do you have any interest whatsoever?
I think I need you as an agent.
I think
How
you
long
do.
have you been in Vegas?
Yeah, Randy, man, this is going bad. I mean, you're not young anymore. You're 31. If you were ever going to make it to the big time, it would have happened already.
How long have you been in Vegas?
Yeah, how long, Randy?
2 years.
Oh, 2 years. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Well, you had a disadvantage. You started in Canada.
That's right.
You know what I mean. So maybe you'll...
It's like reporting with one hand tied behind your back.
Exactly. Well, today Vegas, tomorrow Walla Walla. Well, listen, you have to start somewhere. That's all. And
So give us your best question. You're
all right,
heard
go
all
ahead.
over the country.
That's right, all over the country now. Now's your chance, like Watergate. You can break something new. Go ahead.
Okay, let's talk about this fellow Al Westcott. I was listening to your show overnight.
By the way, I wish you would. I really wish you would. You know, as a reporter, and this is something you would want to do, my Mr. Swallow. Why would you want to give attention to a guy who is just making his name off of an empty issue? You know, I've seen all of the press on the guy who. This is the guy who complained to the FCC about us. Nothing is going to happen as a result of this complaint. You know it, and I know it. The FCC has fined me $105,000. Nothing will come of it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because it's, first of all, constitutionally it's wrong. You can't have 5 FCC guys who are unelected officials sit and tell us that we can't hear certain things. That is not the right of these people to tell us what we can listen to, aren't I right?
Probably.
All the Al Westcotts of the world can complain and complain and complain, and nothing will happen. Well, all that's going to happen is we're going to have to spend a lot of money on attorneys defending this thing because you have to give some kind of reply. And I've often told the radio stations that get hit with these fines, your reply should be 3 words. We won't pay. And that should be it.
So you're not going to change your act? You haven't toned down your act at all?
No.
Yes, we've been very calm today.
Yeah, we've been extremely calm. I will not do that at all. Okay. And I absolutely refuse to believe what we do is indecent. There is nothing indecent about it. And by the way, there is nothing bad about this program. If a child heard it...
Now, I have seen pornography, Howard. I don't think that's what we're doing.
No, I don't even think it's close. And I'll tell you something. If a child heard this show, I still want to know what would happen to them if they heard it. What would they do? Go into cardiac arrest? Would they become rapists? I'm still not clear on what it is we're protecting here, but nevertheless, you guys will continue to write articles and give lots of attention to people who file these things with the FCC so that they can get their name heard. I understand this guy's going to have a press conference after my press conference, and you suckers will show up.
That's true.
Yeah, of course, because you're dopes. And that's why, that's why the press can't win. As a matter of fact, I've yet to see an article or a news report where someone in the press went, hey, you know what? This whole issue is abominable. We hate it. It is wrong. It is unconstitutional. You never see that. All you do
What is the government up to?
All it ever says is, shock jock, filthy mouth, disgusting Howard Stern. You guys buy into it that I'm a disgusting, filthy guy. Some of you haven't even heard my show and you think it's filthy and disgusting because people tell you it's filthy and disgusting. Hey, is there food at this press conference?
There's donuts, some real good donuts, Winchell's.
Good. But anyway, so there is the answer to your question, even though I don't think I let you ask it. Right, okay. Robin?
Right, but just went on a long time with no answer.
I know.
You talked about filthy and disgusting. What is your opinion of Rush Limbaugh?
Rush Limbaugh is another fatso who's been in the business for 25 years. He was out of the business already because no one listened to him. He heard my show one day. He heard how bold and brazen I was. He heard that I was saying what was ever on my mind. And he basically got the same attitude a couple of years ago. And he's on a bunch of stations that have mediocre ratings. He doesn't have big ratings. He's not a big star. You tell big fat Rush Limbaugh to come up against me in the morning. Put him on in the morning on all 500 stations. And I guarantee you he couldn't beat me at all. He couldn't even compete in the same arena. He's a big fat blowhard with no opinion. The same stupid stuff every day. Please. He's no competition. I've yet to find any good competition. He's a big fat bozo.
Okay, let's try one more question here. You're coming to the television network. What can we expect on ETV?
What can you expect from ETV?
Yes, sir, from you.
I will do a one-on-one interview with people. It will be done in my same style that I do here on the radio. I will answer, I will ask questions. I will have conversation with people. Listen, it's not a new idea what I'm doing on ETV. It's just different when I do it. Because I do it in a bold way. I do it in an interesting way. There's nothing boring about me.
That's true. Thank you.
I mean,
very
when you
much,
talk
Howard.
about Rush Limbaugh's show, that TV show is horrible. It's not getting any ratings. They keep changing the time slot. They think someone's going to tune in. That guy's a jerk. There's a guy who can't reach around to wipe himself when he's on the bowl. I do something about my weight before I put myself on TV, right, Robin?
I think so.
You're damn right. All right, I tell you what, I got to take a break here. I'll entertain the rest of your questions when I come back, okay?
Thanks, Howard.
All right. That's a very interesting press conference going on there, Robin, and
Yeah.
I will certainly talk to the press after we take
A
this
guy
break.
asking you about everyone else.
Yeah. That's why he's still in Vegas. Hey, you know why you're still in Vegas, Swallow? I'll tell you why you're still in Vegas. You got me here. All you do is ask me about other guys. Okay. Sounds like we're down to 3 reporters there, I'll tell you that.
They all ran out.
They ran out of the room. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Hi, this is Dave Herman on 92.3.
Right, it is. 1-800-JOIN-NOW. 1-800-JOIN-NOW. See why people have switched from Geico and State Farm and Allstate. 1-800-JOINNOW for a free rate quote. This offer is for New York residents only, so join now. Robin, let's go back to our press conference.
Press conference in progress, Howard.
Yes, we're in Las Vegas this morning. This is our 10th radio market. We're happy to be on in Las Vegas. Are there any other reporters there who need to talk with us?
Actually, we got a lineup. Everybody wants to get in here first to ask you a question. And our next one will be from the CBS affiliate, Don Hudson from Channel 8.
Ah, Don Hudson, the CBS affiliate, Robin. Must be an important player in the Las Vegas media.
I would like to think that, but then again, you'd have to ask other people. I got a couple.
A lot of young guys on TV
Yes,
out there.
they're starting out.
Starting out,
in
everyone
Vegas.
hoping to get their shot at the big time.
Yeah.
Right?
Honing their skills, as it were.
Is that what you're doing, honing your skills?
Exactly.
Would you love to be on in New York or what?
Would you like to work for a network?
No, I want to work in Seattle. Sorry, the other coast.
You want to work in Seattle?
Yeah.
I mean, your dream is Seattle. Well, you know what? I like a man who sets his sights low. That's like me. I have way too much talent to be in radio, but I set my sights low. I said, you know what? I'm going to be.
And look at what you've done.
Yep.
You've
I said.
changed the whole face of the industry.
I'm a lot like you, my friend. I set my sights low. I said, I want to be in radio. And Robin even said to me, who dreams of being in radio?
Yeah, what kind of a dream is that?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. At 5 years old, I had my first dream to be in radio, and I stuck with it. And it was easy, because there's such mutants and morons in radio and no talents and jerks that I rose to the top very quickly. How old are you?
27.
By the time I was your age, I was already in Detroit, Robin. I was
That's
actually
true. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, it was so easy to rise in the ranks of radio. At 27, I was already a big star. Because, not that I'm so talented, it's just that there's such imbeciles in radio. When you compete with the likes of Lotke and Johnson, or whatever the name is.
Johnson and what?
Johnson and Lotke. Johnson and Potato Lotke. When you compete with guys like that, how can you lose?
So speaking of radio, tell the listeners here, your future listeners and the ones today,
thank you,
about yourself and why you broadcast the way you do.
Oh, get out of here. Next question. Oh, that's
Come
silly.
on.
Oh, get out of here.
Come on,
That is
tell
mu-
him.
No wonder you're in
What?
Las Vegas.
Well, tell them about yourself.
I'll tell you, I'm tall and I'm brilliant. That's
No,
why.
not you know what I mean.
What
Not
do you mean
about
tell them
you
about?
look
What am I
like.
supposed to do? Kiss your ass?
Ask us a
No.
specific question.
Yeah, ask
What
the
are they- what are
question.
they-
Well,
what
I
can
should
they
give you my
expect?
resume?
What can they expect?
What do you mean, what can they expect?
What can they expect?
They can expect great radio. That's what they can expect. What kind of stupid question is that?
Explain that.
You know what? You didn't even come to this press conference
Explain-
prepared. No wonder you're still stuck in Vegas.
I just got here. Explain that.
You are not prepared for this press conference.
You need to go back
come on
to
now.
questions 101.
Yeah, you got to have a question. Can you tell us about yourself, please?
You
That's
wanted
such
to
a
talk
vague
about
question.
you.
I told you about me. I'm a great broadcaster.
Okay.
Period. That's the answer to your question. Now, come on, leave me alone.
Okay.
All right, good.
That's what you want to say. That's fine.
No,
All right.
that's
What about
because you're there unprepared. That is a weak question.
What?
See, nobody else
I got a list
attacks
of
the
them.
questions at a
I'm
press
telling you.
conference.
What about being number one here, broadcasting from the East Coast?
People in Vegas can expect me to tell jerks like you that they're no journalists if you're going to ask questions like that. Now, ask me a real question. Go ahead.
Okay, how about this? Maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like you got a whole lot of radio people standing up when these FCC fines were announced.
That's
now
a
you're
good
going.
question.
Now
That's
you're
a
not a
good
jerk.
question.
Now you're a good guy.
Now,
Go ahead.
I wanted to talk about your radio because that's what you wanted to talk about.
No,
I was
you
gonna
didn't
get to
do-
this question later, but let's get to the question right now.
You
Tell me-
didn't do your assignment last night. You had homework last night. You were coming to the Howard Stern press conference. What were you doing? Banging some broad? I work for CBS affiliate in Las Vegas. Out there, the BIMs are impressed with that kind of credential.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. What about you? You married?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are. Well, you're lucky. Then you probably weren't getting laid last night.
No. I got off work about 5 hours ago, and no. Anyway, getting
Hey,
back
you can
to
live real cheap out there, right? I mean,
I heard the lifestyle is very good in Vegas.
yeah, as long as you don't go out in the sun.
Because they got all that money from gambling.
You know what it's like in Vegas? It's like, you ever see the ants when you put them under the magnifying glass and you burn them?
Yes.
So that's what it's like to be in Vegas. You walk out at 12 noon. If you're not protected, you just burn up. But
you vaporize.
You vaporize.
Getting back to the question.
And what do you pay for like a house out there? Like a good house?
Over 100,000.
Like 100,000?
But that's a great house.
And that's a great house, right?
No, not a great house.
That's like you're living like Elvis.
No.
You know what I'm thinking of doing? I could sell everything and just live in Vegas.
Right.
Yeah. You can't get. All right, getting back to the question: are you fighting?
You got a
sitting
pool?
Alone?
You got a pool?
Are you? No, I don't.
You don't have a pool?
No, I don't.
What do you live
Well,
in a
he
condo?
didn't say he paid $100,000 for his house.
This guy.
What God only knows what they pay you out there for being a CBS affiliate in Vegas. You're making over $30,000, though, right?
Yes.
Barely. I'll tell you, in Vegas, the homeless have pools. I don't even see how this guy couldn't have a pool. All right, anyway, okay. You want to ask how are we fighting the FCC?
Yeah, it seems like you're doing this by yourself.
By yourself.
A lot of
Why
guys
is
are
it
stepping
you're
back.
getting no support? I'll ask his question for him.
Okay.
Why is it you're getting no support from your industry?
Thank you, Robin. I will say this. As I was quoted earlier as saying, the people in my industry are idiots. They are morons. They sit there for the short term and say, oh, good, Stern's in trouble. Maybe he'll go away. Then we can, the only way they can win in radio is if I disappear. So they go, oh, good, but they don't realize that their rights are being taken away. So the other people in my industry are all afraid. They cower when they hear the FCC's name, when they hear those three letters. They forget that they live in America. They're ready to give away their right to free speech. They don't back up their fellow broadcasters. They don't chip in on the legal bills. And most of them are hoping that we just fight it and we pay all the legal bills and they don't have to worry about a
We'll
thing.
do what we've always done. We'll break the ground and then they'll come rushing through.
What we're saying is our competitors suck, they're cowards, and they're bores.
And so will things change after this, after you fight it, and after you, as you say, will win? Then you'll have all kinds of friends and everyone bowing down to you.
I have that already.
No, we won't have any friends. We'll just have people who are doing the same thing.
No, we'll have people who will come out of the woodwork like Rush Limbaugh. They'll all get brave. They'll all get a set of balls. You'll have Lofty and Johnson. They'll get a set of balls.
Right now, they're worried about what they say. They're watching themselves, and then they'll get a lot of freedom.
Yep. I'm appalled that my competition is in the same business as me. I prefer not to even think of myself on as the radio. I prefer to think of myself on as TV, except with no picture. That's right.
pictures.
Without pictures. Thank you. All right, any more questions?
Yeah, they'll be coming from someone else.
All right, very good. You did a good job. You redeemed yourself at the end there.
After I rephrased his question.
Right.
We've got some reporters here from the Las Vegas Sun and the Las Vegas Review-Journal and the Las Vegas New Times, and we're going to finish up with the TV first, and that's Angelina.
Why TV first? What's print is
They're
secondary?
giving preference to television.
I see.
Well, actually, we'll do the TV first because they're the most edgy right now, and I think the press people have. I think you got some good questions coming up from the newspaper, actually.
All right, very good.
Okay. Expedite things quickly, and this is
What is he saying?
Angeline.
The TV's not known for its questions?
TV has the worst questions. I've done a million of these press conferences. TV guys never have good questions.
Yeah.
It's always the same question.
Angeline's from Channel 13, the ABC affiliate.
Hi, Angeline.
Good morning.
And how are you?
I'm just fine, thanks.
You sound very nice.
Thank you. Earlier we talked about Al Westcott. I know.
Are you all good-looking women work in markets like Las Vegas and stuff, so you must be very attractive.
I wanted to ask you about Al Westcott.
We don't know him.
Already...
I don't know this guy. I don't know why you keep asking me about him. I don't know him. I couldn't care less about him.
Okay.
He could sit there and tape 10 billion shows of mine. What do I care?
Right.
He's the one who's got to live off of
We would like
me.
you to find out about Al Westcott. Don't ask us.
Yeah, why don't you go investigate him? Let's find out what this guy is. The guy who says he's a defender of children. Let's find out if he has any children. Let's find out how he's raised them.
Yeah, why is he so interested in young children?
Yeah, why don't you ask him all of these questions when you interview him?
So what would you ask Al Westcott? Do you think there's some kind of conspiracy
No.
against Howard Stern?
I would imagine that this is a guy who wants to have his 15 minutes of fame. I have fame. I'm famous for my accomplishments. There are many people out there who want to be famous for
Don't have any accomplishments.
for critiquing me. That's all. What are their accomplishments in life, these people who critique? Like the Reverend Donald Wildman. What has he done? I just saw a thing. The Reverend Donald Wildman was the Al Westcott of Philadelphia. He filed complaints against me. He had people file them. He didn't even live in Philadelphia. He lives in Tupelo. What he has to do with Philadelphia, I don't know. But these people who file complaints then all of a sudden start groups. Wildman, I see, is now asking for money. I saw the checks rolling in. The checks roll in. People send him money. And I guess people want to make a living or somehow get famous through my hard efforts.
What do you think is the final? What do you think the final outcome?
How many Grateful Dead fans do you take advice from? Let's ask yourself that question.
I don't know. I don't listen to Grateful Dead.
Are you married?
Yes.
Oh, you are?
Yes. Howard, let me ask you this. What do you think the final outcome is going to be out of this whole thing?
You're married to a man?
Oh, please.
I'm just asking. I like to know about the reporters, the various reporters.
Yes, I'm married to a man. Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
That's very embarrassing to me.
Well, then you two have something in common.
I hate men, but I can't live without them. You know, I'm sorry. What was the question?
The question is, earlier we talked about how the FCC is not behind you. Is that something you're admitting, that they're not behind you? You say that they're a bunch of jerks.
The FCC?
FCC is not behind me. Certainly, anybody who sits there and finds me is not behind me.
Right. So what do you think the final outcome is going to be of all this?
Of all what? Nothing. Nothing's going to come of it.
You say nothing's going to come of it?
Of course not. It's only you making a big deal about it. The FCC fines people all the time. You don't pay the FCC. Nobody pays. You don't pay a fine.
So it's not something you're worried about? You're not going to change your show at all?
Of course not. Why would I change my show? I can't do it any other way. If I change my show, it wouldn't be successful. Why would I react to 5 jerks who I don't know?
Okay,
what do you think of the FCC? What do you think of 5 unelected officials telling you what you can listen to? What do you think of that? Speak up. You're in the media. What do you think of that?
Is that okay with you?
Is that okay with you? Do you like that?
Well, I'm not the one that was fined.
No. But
I'm
do
asking
you want
your
them
opinion.
telling you what you listen to?
Do you have a problem?
Watch, what you can see, what you can hear?
Do you need somebody telling you to do that? Did you read in Japan recently that the Japanese government had to sit and decide whether or not people could look at the Madonna book? Do you want adults deciding for you what you can see? Do you think you're adult enough to handle that responsibility?
Are those the kind of questions you're asking me?
I'm asking you. Let me hear what kind of story you're going to do. You're a bright thinking woman.
Well, we'll see. I'll have to.
Well, what do you think about that? Do you want somebody to? Do you want parents to tell you what to do?
Personally, I don't.
No, you don't. You feel that these 5 strangers shouldn't act as your parents. You think you're capable of making these decisions yourself, don't you?
Is that what you say? You're saying that they're doing?
No, I'm asking you what you think. Don't you think
I'm
they're?
asking you. You're the
what
one
do
that's having
parents
the
do,
press conference.
darling? What do parents do? What do parents do? What do they do? What is the role of a parent?
Is that what you're saying?
I'm asking you what the role of a parent is. Answer the question. What is the role of a parent? You guys in the press are thick.
She's trying to maintain her objectivity at all costs.
What objectivity?
She did that. Did that lesson very well.
What is the role of a parent? Will you answer my question?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not a parent, and
But what is the role of your
I really
parent?
don't need to waste time at the press conference.
But do you have
asking your
parents?
questions.
Do you have parents?
Excuse me?
Do you have a mother and father?
Yes, I do.
What did they do? When you were a baby, what did they do? They took care of you, right?
Sure.
Now you're an adult. Do you want someone to take care of you?
No.
No, you're a big grown-up, right?
Right.
Well,
Oh, is that hard?
there are 5 people who think you don't have a brain in your head and that they need to censor what you should hear. What do you think of that?
So you're saying they think you don't have a brain in your head?
That's right. What do you think? You don't have a thought on this?
No,
You're a
I
person in the media. You've never thought about censorship.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I just prefer not to answer.
Oh, in other words, you do have a thought on it, but you're afraid to say something about it. Well, that's why I hate being in this industry, because my fellow broadcasters can't give me their thoughts on this.
Then why are you in this industry?
Can't get out of it.
I'm believe me, I can't get out. I've tried. You don't think I've tried to get other work? I don't seem to be
It's the only
qualified.
thing you can do.
I applied to NASA. They don't want to let me build rockets. I have a resume in there right now. I'm waiting to hear back from them.
Any day now.
I'm just curious what you think. I want to know the slant you're going to put on this story.
Okay, when I have a press conference, I'll invite
No,
you.
no, no.
Thanks
You
for
know,
your
no.
time.
Your press conference is tonight when we watch this report on the news. And what we're going to see is the same report that every other journalist does. Howard Stern is a filthy, disgusting, dirty mouth, and here's a guy out to get him. Yeah, that's it. That's how you guys think. You think so linear. You don't think about the big picture.
You think you're going to change that today, Howard?
I don't know.
Who's next?
This guy has been itching to get a shot at you,
Oh,
Howard.
I can't wait to see the report she puts together
She
on me.
sounds like she really likes you.
You know, I was engaging her in an intelligent conversation,
You can't have a conversation.
I can't have a conversation with people. I'm not allowed. At a press conference, I can't ask her to provoke
She was
thought.
not willing to converse. She thought that you were trying to trick her in some way.
I wasn't trying to trick her. I was curious what she thought of the FCC.
I understand that, Howard. It seems to me, though, she felt that she was going to be led down a blind alley and wouldn't be able to get back.
I don't know. I try to talk to people.
I mean, my God, how hard a question. What do parents do?
What do parents do? Let me answer. Who am I talking to now?
This is David Finnegan from the Las Vegas New Times.
I bet you David has no problem answering that question. Hey, David.
Yeah, Howard.
What do parents do?
They raise people like me, and
Right.
their job is to take care of you until you're 18. And
Right.
if they don't take care of you until you're 18, then you can be declared a ward of the state.
That's all I wanted to ask. Why is that so offensive?
I don't know. Good morning, Howard. Hi, Robin. Hey, Stuttering John. Hi, Gary. What's up?
Hi. How you doing?
Not bad. Quick question, Howard. Does it bother you when television reporters ask the same question 3 times when
Yes.
you've answered it on the first time?
Yes, absolutely it does. And I got to tell you something. Not only does it bother me in Vegas, but we have done the same press conference in every city that we go to. And it's the same dumb questions and the same dumb story. In fact, I'll make you this bet. Tomorrow we will wake up after a wave of TV reports. All 3 of your stations represented there will do a report, and it will all be identical. It'll be identical to the ones done in Los Angeles. It'll be identical to the ones in New York and everywhere down the line. Because I am telling you, there is no thought provoked by any of these guys.
Howard, you're coming to Las Vegas market, and your entry here is going to be a little different from coming into other markets because of the unique national quality of Las Vegas and the Strip, entertainment capital of the world and things like that. So it's not just like coming into another market. How do you intend to play on Las Vegas, the Strip, Steve Wynn, the Mirage? The
I don't know how it will pop up. I'm sure that somehow some Vegas stuff will pop up when we go to the phones. But I'll tell you,
I'm sure in the same way it always has.
Yeah, it's the same crap. I mean, we broadcast into Atlantic City. I mean, we don't make Atlantic City jokes. It's the same. You know, gambling is like any other industry. Here in New York, it's we have the stock exchange. We don't do jokes about the stock exchange. We don't. It's whatever pops up that day.
It's government.
Right.
But there is something appealing about the Las Vegas market. Sorry.
Well, the only thing appealing about Las Vegas is that they have the same bad entertainers appearing there for some reason. It's just unbelievable the amount of bad talent that appears in Vegas.
How did Wayne Newton get a toehold?
You know what's funny? I'll tell you how. Wayne Newton, didn't they give away? Don't they Vegas hotels give away free tickets
to people who lose?
Yes, they do.
To losers?
Yes, they do.
So they give away so many free tickets, these guys will start to believe they're big stars. They give away the free tickets. Yeah, they pack the room. And the guy goes, I'm a big star, I'm packing rooms. Yeah, I can pack a room if you give away free tickets.
But then he winds up with a house with a heliport.
Yeah.
Okay. You still playing at Club Benet in Sayreville?
No, we don't do we play all over the place. I haven't played there in a while, but we
well, we don't do the live
Is Pig Vomit still around?
Yes.
Okay. Are they going to cut an album pretty soon, or?
I suppose. I don't know.
Pig Vomit got all married, and
any thoughts on Steve Wynn, the big gaming executive here, Steve Wynn, who also runs the Atlantic City?
Don't know him.
What do you do from his commercials?
Yeah, I know his commercials. They're horrible. But other than that, I don't know.
What do you think about the fact that he once called Cher a douchebag?
What do I think of that?
Yeah.
I tend to agree.
Thank you very much, Howard Stern.
All right, thank you. Boy, he had a lot of questions.
Rapid fire, too.
You bet.
Next up, we'll have Sean McKinnon from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
All right.
Good morning, Howard.
You know, I got to tell you, our program director, he seems real good at announcing people's names.
I wonder what that room looks like.
Yeah, I can't imagine. But anyway, go ahead. What can I help you with?
You talked a little bit earlier about your competition. You call them, morons, idiots. Why do you think radio is so uncreative, or why do you think radio is? Radio is
a very bad medium in terms of pay. Most disc jockeys do not make big money. Most of the people who go into radio are.
But it's mostly because all the talented people abandoned it for television.
Exactly. And most of the talented people in television abandoned it for film. And, it just goes, that's the pecking order. It's just a bunch of dopes.
There used to be good talent on radio when there was nothing else.
Right. You had, years ago, you had network radio and you had a lot of talent. But basically, there's a bunch of dummies on the radio. Believe me, this is by some strange twist of fate I ended up in it. And God is punishing me by keeping me in it.
This is your purgatory.
Radio's main problem is there is no picture. If there was picture, we could weed out a lot of the weirdos. That's the big problem with it. And I'll tell you something. Radio people
Quite frankly, you were put here to reclaim this medium
there
for
you
talented
go.
people.
Listen, I hate to say this in front of you, but radio people are only slightly more creative than newspaper people. It's a pretty sorry industry you're in, too. I mean, the same article day in and day out on me. I got to tell you something. You got to take a look sometime at the press, the barrage of press that I get. I get the mounds of press every day, and every article is practically identical. It's the same boring article. Whether I do an interview, whether I do an interview with people or not. I think you guys I think that all the people who go into journalism are people who flunk creative writing. They want to be writers, but they can't write creatively, so they write in a journalistic style which just states the facts. It's a certain style. And nobody thinks and nobody weeds out any of the material. They just write the same thing over and over again. Except for you, of course.
Of course.
You're going to have a different article. Okay, is that it?
One more question. A lot of people are calling you a lot of names. Every time you go into a market, you get the protests from people who call you sexist and racist and everything else. What do you tell those people? Why are they so up in arms about you?
Well, isn't it amazing that people are up in arms about a show they haven't heard yet? Don't you call that stupid? That's stupid. Imagine I had a comment on something I hadn't heard. That's stupid.
Well, you have occasionally, Howard.
Yeah, but I'm very bright. But look, when people say I'm racist or sexist, that's just a bunch of chinks and broads complaining.
Oh, jeez, Howard. Will you behave yourself?
No, I'm just kidding, of course. Absolutely, I am not racist. I am not sexist. Isn't that right, Robin?
Absolutely.
Right. I don't know why they're calling me names. They have nothing better to do. They should get a life.
It's amazing how busy people get, though, when you do come to town.
They do get busy. We keep them busy, that's for sure. Any other questions?
Thanks very much.
All right, thank you. Well, I guess that wraps up the press conference.
I don't know. Is that it?
I hear some applause.
One more.
Oh, one more. Okay.
It's a two-paper town.
All right.
From the Las Vegas Sun, David Renzi.
Which is the biggest paper, the Sun or the other one?
Review Journal is the biggest.
Review Journal.
Sun's Afternoon, right?
Right.
The Review Journal. Is that the one that wrote that editorial? I can't decide whether or not it's positive or negative? I think
I didn't
so.
see it.
Wish somebody would explain. I love reading articles I can't figure out.
It's the new game in
non-committal.
newspapers.
So which paper are we talking to? The Sun?
Yeah, the Sun.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right.
Well, you said you get the same boring articles and same reports on you at every turn. If you had the opportunity to write an article about yourself, how would you write it?
I would write an article about the phenomena that is known as Howard Stern. That's what I would write. Where have you ever seen that the whole state of radio has changed? Do you know that when I got into radio 10 years ago, you couldn't find a disc jockey who would talk on the air? And if they talked, it was always, this is our topic for the hour. There was nothing controversial. There was nothing stimulating. There was nothing...
Everybody talks in modulated tones.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a bunch of big, dumb, deep-voiced guys sitting there introducing the next big, dumb record. I would sit and write an article about how interesting it is that a show that is this popular, that is this successful, can be attacked by one person in one town, and people would take it seriously. I don't. I've done more for radio than just about anyone I can think of. But I never read an article about the history of the show, what the show's about, introducing listeners to it. That's what I would write about. The same way that a reviewer would write a review of a television show or a movie.
Or if you were looking at the body of work of a great director.
Of course. But instead, it's the same stupid thing. Like, all I do is go on the radio and use the F word or something. If I did that, they'd laugh me out of town. I wouldn't have been number one in New York for 10 years if all I did was use dirty words. For goodness sake. It's ridiculous already. It's the same article. I can write your article for you. You want me to read it to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me compose an article for you. This way you won't have to overwork yourself. I'm going to come up with an article for you. So this way you don't have to go home tonight and write. You want it?
Yeah.
All right, let me see here. Well, I'll find a good one for you. And all you got to do, do you take steno?
Yeah.
All right.
Steno.
Radio and television shock jock Howard Stern will bring his controversial radio show to Las Vegas. Stern said today in a press conference that he is the greatest radio personality that ever lived. People who disagree with that would be Al Westcott.
However, let's see. Las Vegas man Al Westcott, who reported Stern's colorful broadcast to the Federal Communications Commission, resulting in a record $105,000 fine leveled Wednesday against the Los Angeles radio station, will monitor the show. Monitor the show. That means he's a listener. What do you mean monitor the show? Any guy who monitors the show he's working now. He's listening. I just hope when the ratings call him, he admits to listening. No, I'm monitoring. I'm not listening.
Is this the monitor ratings or
Right.
the listener ratings?
It's just the same article everywhere we go. You know how it's going to read. I don't have to tell you.
Suppose you don't become number one in Las Vegas.
I'll shoot myself. I will be number one in Las Vegas. Who's my competition? Lotke and Stemke? Johnson and Johnson? Who's my competition? You've heard the competition. Are they any good? You know they're not. That's why they're in Vegas. I will be number one.
You will be number one.
I will be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are real jazzed, man.
Yeah, I am too.
We are jazzed about having you.
Robin, how come all my press conferences go wrong and I end up yelling at the
I
press?
don't know. This antagonism you have with the press, Howard.
I don't know.
understand it. You're
guess-
sort of like a Ross Perot.
I sound a little defensive,
You're a
don't
little testy when you're questioned.
I can't wait to see that woman's report from the TV station.
Oh, boy.
That's going to be a good one. The disgusting slime mouth who
Well,
tried...
what's interesting to me is that,
Yeah.
she was pretending objectivity, but she certainly didn't sound very objective
No.
about you.
Ah.
I'm not here when
Hey, let me talk to her again. Let me
Is she
try-
still there?
She's still here? I think she's in an interview in the back, yeah. Interviewing the general manager.
Ask her if I could talk to her again. I'll try and sweet talk her. I want a good report.
All right, we're going back right now.
All right, go ahead.
You're trying to get it right now, okay?
Yeah, what's her name again?
Angeline Correa. Angela.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You got her there?
They have to get her from the general manager's office.
Lucky him.
Wherever that
The general manager. The first time he's been interviewed since he got there.
That's where the downfall in these stories always come, when they
Yeah.
interview the general manager.
Yeah, wonder what... Hey, let me speak to the general manager. Let's hear what he's saying. Get in on that interview.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, get him in there.
Excellent.
What's his name?
Excellent.
What is his name?
Scott Seidenstricker.
Scott Seidenstricker?
Yes, sir. Jawohl.
What kind of a name is that?
They have him here. Here he comes.
All right, Scott.
Yes. I was hiding in the hallway with with Angeline.
Scott, by the way, not that I don't have confidence in you, but
Well, thank you.
what are you saying to the press?
I'm saying you're a great guy.
Really? And what did you say? What did she ask you?
She was just asking me whether or not I was kind of worried about being fined, and I said absolutely not.
Oh, you did say that?
Yeah.
And then what did you say about me? How did you describe me?
I think you're the greatest thing on radio today. There's no one that can match you.
And then did you kiss her?
No.
You should lean over and just
give her a peck.
Give her a little peck.
We were interrupted because they called us out here and said you wanted to talk to us.
No, I hope you don't have a negative opinion of me. I hope you're going to do a nice story. Just because we had a little a repartee. I just hope you don't get the wrong impression of me.
No, we always try to do fair and accurate stories.
Because I'm going to tell you that you look lovely today. I have a Polaroid here of you, and you look fabulous.
Thank you.
I wanted you to know that.
Thank you. I
All right?
appreciate that.
And I'm gonna look for your report. They're gonna tape it for me. I'm gonna look and see what you look like on TV tonight.
Okay.
Because I'm your man. You're special to me. You're the most special one there. Out of all
Because I'm the only female here?
No. Believe me, I like guys too. But those guys don't interest me. I like you.
Okay.
You are the Howard. I'm going to give you all of the exclusives in town. I'm going to call you when I have big bombshells to drop.
Okay.
All
I'll hold you to that promise.
So I want you to do a nice job tonight. You hear
Okay.
me? You hear me? All right, very good. What's your favorite perfume?
Excuse me?
What's your favorite perfume?
Liz Claiborne.
I'm going to send you some, okay?
Okay, I'll look for it in the mail.
I'm going to get you a little Liz Claiborne. You're going to smell like a petunia.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
You go ahead.
Everyone's listening. They're all.
You're going to get a big bottle of that, okay?
Okay.
What are you wearing, miniskirt?
What's the length of a miniskirt? I don't.
Is it above your knees?
Yes.
Really? How old are you?
This is Las Vegas.
How old are you?
16.
No, come on, really. How old are you? Are you in your
20.
20s?
In my 20s. 20-something.
So young.
Yeah.
I can help your career.
As much as you've helped your own.
Do you feel a pressure to have like implants and stuff like that so that you can compete in terms of the physical? You know how they always hold women up like men reporters can be ugly, but women always have to improve themselves. Do you ever feel the pressure to get implants or something like that?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Do you feel like sort of subconsciously they're telling you have to wear sexy outfits and stuff to work, like on camera?
No, not at all.
You don't feel any of that pressure?
Nope.
You should though, because I'm telling you get ahead if you wear a couple of sexy outfits every once in a while. I'm going to send you that perfume.
Okay.
You read a nice story, okay?
All right, I will.
I was just trying to have a conversation with you.
I understand.
All right. Who's your hero?
I don't know. I don't have a hero.
Bree Walker. You know her?
Yes.
She made it all the way to Los Angeles with no hands. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
So chop your hands off. I'm telling you, it works.
Hide your hands.
Hide your hands. You know why she made it? You know why Bree Walker made it?
Why?
There's a fascination that the people won't talk about this, but she used to work here in New York, and she had no hands.
Right.
And you used to tune in the show, I swear to God, just to see how she'd shuffle those papers that you guys are always shuffling at the anchor desk without any hands. And I got to tell you something. Every night, Robin, didn't we tune in?
We did.
We tuned in because we want to see how Bree was going to shuffle those papers. And she always did, it's like a show-off. She would shuffle them better than the guys with hands.
Absolutely. I never see them bother with their papers, but Bree always did.
It was always like waiting for the Walendas to fall. You know the fabulous Walendas? When they used to walk the tight wire? The trapeze? All right, listen, do a nice story on me, okay?
I will.
All right.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you. Love you.
We're done.
All right, I got to go. Goodbye, everyone.
Is that
Okay,
it? All
thank you.
questions
Thank you very much,
answered?
Howard.
All right, and welcome to Las Vegas.
To who? We're there.
Oh.
They
Yeah,
already are
we're
there.
welcoming you.
All right. Okay, goodbye. There they are, Las Vegas, Robin, our
Yes.
newest edition. Very good.
Can't wait to hear the reports and read the articles.
They're all going to be the same. Press conference scale, 1 to 10. Fred, you first. 1 to 10, how would you evaluate that one?
That was at least an...
An 8, 8.5.
Yeah. I might even give
I
it...
think you were winning her over at the end.
I think I won her over.
I think you did.
Yeah.
I think so. She sounded a little more friendly.
She sounded like she really wanted to meet me.
The fact she came back out was a plus.
Yes.
I thought she was long gone.
Me too. Right out the door.
She couldn't wait to get home and start writing.
Started writing right there at the press conference. Yeah. Howard Stern is a disgusting man. I hate him. My latest confrontation with him was at the press conference. All right, very
that
good.
would be exciting television.
Yep.
Don't give her ideas.
He told me to cut my hands off.
Case in point.
He did a horrible rap on cutting my hands off. And I listened to him like a fool. I haven't gotten one job offer. Now I don't have my hands.
I'm very proud of myself. I didn't laugh.
Robin, let's wrap up the news.
Yeah.
Then we'll leave. You know,
What time have we gotten to here? Oh, my.
don't ask. The press conference went way too long. Robin, let's wrap up the news.
Yeah.
Then we'll leave. You know,
What time have we gotten to here? Oh, my.
don't ask. The press conference went way too long.
Here, we're right up to Amy Fisher time. Amy Fisher is going to be interviewed today by Nancy Glass on Inside Edition.
Now, who is Nancy Glass? That big
The big blonde woman.
with the bad skin?
I don't know that she has bad skin.
I have to take another look. I'd look.
All I know is that, Amy's now in jail requesting that she be put there because she felt that she was in prison already because every time she moved, the press was after her.
Yeah, Amy Fisher
But
shot.
she was constantly giving interviews.
Amy Fisher shot a woman in the head and then was complaining that the press paid too much attention to her. 'Cause she wanted to go to Roosevelt Field and hang out and watch movies and junk.
Right. Well, anyway, today, it's a 2-day interview, by the way. She talks about Joey Buttafuoco and what they like to do together during sex and how he felt about her working as a prostitute. Apparently, he told her, she says, that Joey liked to hear about her sexual encounters with other men. And that she still feels love for him, even though she knows she shouldn't. She knows he's a bad man. But she can't help herself. He was the first person that ever made her feel loved.
He's a bad man, but what is she? Mother Teresa?
Well, she does express some remorse about shooting Mary Jo Buttafuoco in the head.
Some remorse.
Some.
What does she say?
she's, I guess, a little bit upset about it. I don't know exactly. That's just the way they characterize the situation. Nancy Glass herself says she does seem to be remorseful. She also said that she seemed to her at once sophisticated and naive all at the same time, almost a deadly combination.
That's like Fred. Sophisticated and naive all at once.
They think that this interview is part of the deal with KLM, that production company that paid her $80,000, or at least paid $80,000 toward her bail.
Yes.
They don't know how much Inside Edition paid for this interview. It's reported to be about $20,000. They say you can also expect a made-for-TV Amy movie.
Yeah.
And a book somewhere down the line. The one, her attorney, Eric Nyberg, was sitting there with her during the entire interview, and they say the one place that he refused to allow reporters to go was into questions about her family.
Well, yeah, why should we know about that?
Right.
They raised her.
They had nothing to do with this girl going off like that.
Hey, you know, we offered, well, not we, but our company offered $100,000 to interview her, but they wouldn't do it, right?
No, her advisors apparently advised her against it. But this certainly isn't going to be a fun time for the Buttafuoco family listening to Amy's allegations about sex with Joey tonight. It's insult to injury. You shoot the woman and then you start blabbing about what her husband used to do to you on the boat.
Imagine how poor Mrs. Buttafuoco must feel that this girl is being paid $20,000, received an additional amount of money from this KLM for revealing her story about how she shot Mrs. Buttafuoco. Mrs. Buttafuoco ought to be getting that money, not Amy Fisher, that's for sure.
Well, you know, I think they are suing her.
Good.
So maybe any profits that Amy makes will just go into their pocket anyway.
One can only hope so.
Congratulations going out today to Geraldo Rivera and Eddie Murphy. Both of them proud papas.
You mean Eddie Murphy had Geraldo's baby?
Yes. No, Geraldo and his wife had a baby, and
Cece.
Eddie and his fiancée had a baby.
Geraldo was unable to get his wife pregnant for quite some time.
Yes, apparently over a 6-year period, there were a number of operations and fertility drugs and all kinds of things going on there. Finally, they announced last May that after 5 years and 6 operations, yeah, that's how long it was, that they were expecting their first child. And Cece Ryder. Yes, Rivera's wife gave birth to a 9-pound, 8-ounce baby girl whose name is Isabella Holmes Riviera. Or Rivera. Riviera. It might as well be.
Yes.
Isabella Holmes Rivera.
Well, that's an attempt to, make a wild name for the kid.
I guess. Now, meanwhile, Eddie Murphy and his fiancée, Nicole Mitchell, who are expected to wed in March, have a second child, this time a 7-pound, 7-ounce baby boy born at Inglewood Hospital. The baby was named after the late jazz trumpeter Miles Davis.
Yes, his name is Isabella Riviera. What is his name, Miles Davis?
It's Miles Mitchell Murphy or something like that.
Boy, that kid he won the lucky sperm contest, huh? Boy, imagine the dough he's going to be seeing when Eddie Murphy kicks the bucket.
I'm telling you, if Eddie doesn't blow it all.
Oh, man. That's the greatest.
It'll be a nice little payday.
My father never did anything. Just had a stupid recording studio.
If he'd only waited a couple of years and established himself before he started a family.
Right.
Also, I guess hunting season is getting underway.
And by the way, Eddie Murphy has a daughter?
One daughter, yes.
I can only hope that Eddie's daughter grows up and gets to meet a great guy like him who gets her pregnant and doesn't marry her. All right, go ahead, yes?
Somebody could be sitting there thinking about you. I hope one day that one of your daughters grows up to call into a radio show to have some guy solicit her to come down and take off her clothes.
My daughter will have enough brains to do whatever she wants to do.
I'm just saying someone could be hoping that.
No, I don't think anyone is but you, Robin.
Now, Howard, why would I hope such a thing?
Let me tell you something. I conduct my life in a very positive way.
I didn't say you didn't.
When I knock a woman up, I marry her.
Howard, what's that got to do with anything?
I marry the woman before I knock her up.
Maybe Eddie feels the same way you do about his life.
He could think anything he wants. I just hope that when his daughter grows up, she gets to meet a great guy like Eddie Murphy. That's all.
Just as long as he's got that much money, I don't think I'd mind.
Well, I hope that happens.
Meanwhile, as I was saying, it looks like hunting season is underway. And at least one hunter has become ill and died.
What hunter would that be?
After skinning an infected bobcat in Montana. Mike Dahl, 34, of Sheridan, Wyoming, was exposed to the plague when he skinned a bobcat shot on the Crow Indian Reservation near the Wyoming border. Plague can be transmitted by fleas or infected animals, and they think it entered his bloodstream because he had cuts on his hand.
Why are people going around killing these bobcats anyway?
Well, now there's another good reason not to do it. They could be infected with the plague, and how are you supposed to tell?
These guys love killing these bobcats. Yeah, leave them alone.
Really?
What are you going to do, eat that thing?
I think you skin that and put it on your floor, mount the head on your wall or something. I don't know that people eat bobcats.
Fred eats bobcat.
Also in the news, the Mayflower Madam says her little black book was stolen.
Oh, sure.
It was an 8-inch thick folder containing cards of the names and addresses and preferences of thousands of men who patronized her upper-class escort service in the early 1980s. She fought never to have to disclose any of those names, and now she says they're gone. She used to hide it under her living room couch. And some friend of hers is dating one of her former clients and wanted to know if the guy was a weirdo, so she went to look. And it was gone.
I don't buy that story for a minute. Want my guess on all of it?
What happened?
My guess is that she wanted to sell this black book to someone, but she didn't want to do it because all her clients would be mad at her. So they say it's stolen. It's going to show up somewhere. And this is all conjecture on my part, and perhaps it was stolen. I don't know. But I would look into the fact of whether or not that book was actually sold to to someone in the press.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just my guess. I don't trust the Mayflower Madam. And I don't know why, if she wanted to protect her client, she couldn't rip up that book. That's the interesting thing. Or lock it in a safety deposit box. Safe deposit box.
Yeah, under your couch is not a very secure place to keep it.
But go ahead.
In Germany, they had a anti-racism rally over the weekend, but it didn't turn out so well. Chancellor Helmut Kohl was pelted with eggs. And people were chanting hypocrite.
The Germans are not to be trusted.
What is wrong with these people, Howard?
What is wrong with the Germans?
Yes.
The Germans have a very strange history. They had a war, and we thought this was the World War I. They started up, and then we put them down. World War II, we put them down, and they're about due for another uprising.
It just seems that they're just a foul people when they get together.
Oh, yes. The Germanic types are very, very ruthless and angry.
A total of 1,600 rightist attacks have been reported in Germany so far this year, many of them against hostels housing asylum seekers. Everybody talks about the problems we have in this country with our diverse cultures all mixing here together. Well, see what happens when it occurs in Germany? People actually go to war.
Oh, yeah. Those are wild types, those Germanic types.
We're not doing nearly so bad.
Yep.
In California, a man went on a slaying spree in 2 separate cities, killing 6 people before turning the gun on himself and blowing his own brains out. They don't have any idea why Linwood Drake, a 43-year-old man, went berserk in Morro Bay on Saturday night and then shot 3 people and then fled to another town where he gunned down 3 more people. Finally, while a woman he was holding hostage was on the phone talking to hostage negotiators, he fatally shot himself, and that was the end of that. So we'll never know what was on his mind. What did he want?
Probably
Why was he shooting?
Probably had attended a Las Vegas press conference. I feel like shooting a few people myself. I'm completely out of it.
Also in the news, there will be no peace between Arsenio Hall and Jay Leno.
Oh, how dare Arsenio.
Jay Leno tells TV Guide this week that after the Tonight Show executive producer Helen Kushnick was ousted at NBC, he called all the people who had had booking problems and said, do Arsenio and you'll still be welcomed here.
Well, that was very nice.
Paul Reiser, a friend, called Jay to say he'd also like to promote his NBC show on Arsenio. And Jay says, did I care? I said, Paul, that stuff is over.
Ask Smoochio.
Leno was responding to a letter Arsenio Hall had written to the magazine rejecting a proposed get-together of the two late-night comics that TV Guide deemed would be a Camp David peace meeting.
Oh, how silly. Who would want to get together with Asmuccio?
Hall called tonight's booking policies and Leno's role in them Hellengate and said it was the most vicious and unbelievable business behavior that he had ever observed.
Asmuccio is a big phony. Asmuccio knows that Asmuccio used to kiss Johnny Carson's ass. Johnny Carson did the same exact thing. And who the hell is going to listen to him anyway? Asmuccio.
I don't know why he wanted to meet him.
He's Asmuccio.
Arsenio also puts out a song this week about safe sex with Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah, they deserve each other.
It's called Temporary Passion, and it's on the AIDS Educational Home video hosted by Magic Johnson and Hall called Time Out. The truth about HIV, AIDS, and you.
I'm sure it'll give everyone douche chills to see Asmuccio. Does he sing on it?
Apparently, this is a song. I don't know if they're rapping or singing.
We have to get a copy of that. We got to hear what Asmuccio is doing now.
I'm sure that everyone should pattern their lives after Arsenio, who apparently is very responsible too.
Yeah.
About his sexual activity.
Yeah, he's a shining example.
Man who says, I want to have a baby, but I'm afraid to get married.
Yeah. That's a good.
David Letterman is in the news. Apparently, he's been approached by CBS. They had a meeting with his agent, Mike Ovitz.
So go already. What is his problem?
Late last week.
So tell him to go.
CBS apparently is offering him the 11:30 time slot he covet.
Well, there it is. So let him do it. What's he waiting for?
Well, you know that NBC has a right to match any offer he gets.
David Letterman.
This is just the first salvo, they think, in the war that's going on between Letterman and NBC.
I tried to talk to him about it. I said, you better stay on at 12:30 at night. That's the best time slot in television. Give it to me. 11:30 sucks. You got to deal with constantly being evaluated. He's got a sweetheart deal at that NBC.
And apparently not sweet enough.
Good. Let him go to 11:30 and see what happens.
Happy. Also in the news, remember the other day you pointed out that Nielsen ad taken out by the Cosby people for his new show, You Bet Your Life?
Yeah.
Apparently that violates Nielsen ratings regulations.
Of course.
And they're going to throw out that entire time period for Friday night or Thursday night, whatever night that ad ran.
There was an ad in the newspaper. Listen to this. It said, by the way, all the Nielsen families, make sure to watch the Cosby Show tonight.
Yeah, meter check tonight. Watch the Bill Cosby Show tonight. You Bet Your Life at 7 p.m.
Yeah, number one, you're not supposed to tell the Nielsen families there's a meter check. And secondly, it's a desperate attempt by a bore, which is Bill Cosby. That show is horrible.
It runs last place every night.
And why they haven't pulled it yet, I can't figure out. You know what it is.
Long-term commitment.
Yep, there you go.
Apparently, Lawrence Taylor's career has come to an end. He was injured when his Achilles tendon was ripped yesterday during the Giants game against the Green Bay Packers.
I could have sworn 2 years ago he was a young guy and he was going to be around for a long time. I mean, what happened there all? Didn't that kind of happen quick?
Well, he already said this was his last year.
I know. It just happened fast.
He was retiring.
It's unbelievable. That guy, he could have been a big hero. He could have had a lot of endorsements. He blew his whole career. He's nothing. LT. Big disappointment. What was his situation, Robin? Do you remember?
Lots of problems with drugs and drinking.
So he never got the endorsement deals?
Right. I mean, you keep going into rehab. People tend to not want to associate their products with.
And look how short his career was. All he had to do was behave himself for a couple of years. He would have had all those endorsement deals. Oh, man. Forget about it.
I heard today that the highest paid guy in sports is Michael Jordan.
That's right.
You know how much he made last year, I think these figures are.
I would have to say, I don't know what he made last year, but I guess he makes, what does he make? I don't know.
$35.4 million.
Wow, in a year.
Yes.
I was going to guess like $9 million.
That was 1 year, Howard.
Wow.
And mostly from endorsements.
Endorsements, you see? You keep your mouth shut.
Mostly from endorsements.
You know, they're looking for black role models to be in these commercials. What you got to do is behave yourself for a couple of years and the dough just rolls in. Look at this Michael Jordan. That's some role model. He bounces a ball. But all right, look, he's making a lot of dough at it.
It's a good business if you can get into it.
You're not kidding.
Oprah Winfrey announced that she is engaged this weekend.
Oh, that poor guy. She better keep making lots of money.
The 38-year-old talk show queen announced Friday her engagement to longtime boyfriend Stedman Graham.
Can you picture what that looks like naked? I mean, just think about it for a second on the wedding night. When she pulls off those clothes. Oh, my Lord. Oh, God. I'm going to remain... Stedman, I'm fat because I'm accepting what I am. And it's like, oh, no.
You know, some men like fat women, Howard.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe he's a chubby chaser. I don't know. I'd have to interview him to find out. He's a handsome guy. I don't see what he's doing with her. Ooh, man. Hey, I hope he's on the first floor when he leaps out the window on the honeymoon night.
Graham is 41.
Woo. Boy,
He's a
Graham.
Chicago-based businessman with holdings in the media and real estate.
Graham is a great man. I'm going to tell you that because I couldn't get it up for her. The fact that he kind
All
of
right, let me ask the famous question.
He's more of a heterosexual than I am.
Last woman on earth
Yeah.
is Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, God, Robin, isn't there anybody left?
No.
Did you do another search?
No.
Is I'd rather spank Richard Simmons. Is there a palm tree on the planet?
No.
There's no palm tree.
Nothing but Oprah Winfrey.
No, but there's a palm tree, isn't there?
No.
Is there coconut? Is there sand?
Everything was decimated in a nuclear war.
All right, but is there
There's
sand?
Nothing.
Is there sand?
Sand, yes.
All right, fine. I'll take the sand. No problem.
But you got to restart humanity, Howard.
Oh, is there a monkey left on the planet? I'd rather have a monkey than her. What do you think of that? No, she's no sex object. All right,
Oprah and cockroaches. That's all that's left.
How do where do you find the genitals on a cockroach? Is a cockroach cute? No, she's not my type. Boy, you got to be that guy. Hey, that guy's the number one heterosexual in the country right now.
Don't ever accuse him of being anything else.
What's his name? Graham Stedman?
Yes, Stedman Graham.
Oh. Well, very good, Robin.
He and Winfrey have dated for 6 years. No wedding date has been set. She says that, that still makes her nervous.
No, I'll tell you, I'm not going to be with her. Hey, that's punishing your penis as far as I'm concerned. I'll pass on that.
Terrible.
Well, maybe I'm terrible, but I'm being honest.
I bet you would make love to Oprah if she was the last woman.
I probably would. Probably wouldn't even have to be the last woman.
Girls, maybe just the woman you could get to.
Yeah.
Hey, there's the great question. Plane's going down.
Yeah.
You know you're going to crash, and you're sitting next to Oprah Winfrey.
Yes. Oh.
Girls may be smarter than boys, Howard. A new intelligence test developed by 2 university psychologists shows girls have a natural ability to plan ahead. They say that boys lag behind in this area, but eventually catch up. Girls are better planners than boys in the 4th, 5th, and 6th grades. They do catch up later, however.
I see.
So there. We're smarter. Finally, vindication. And that nude guy, or naked guy, I guess he calls himself.
Ooh, Fred?
At the University of California at Berkeley.
He's nude?
Yeah, he walks around. He says not wearing clothes is a protest to society's insistence that people wear clothing. So he usually shows up on campus wearing nothing but his sandals.
Great.
So now they've changed the regulations at the school because they couldn't really do anything about him because there was no dress code or something at the school.
Yes.
And no stipulation that nudity was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So now at least they'll be able to ask him to leave the campus when he comes to school dressed in nothing.
Very good,
His
Robin.
name is Andrew Martinez and has dubbed himself the Naked Guy.
That's good, the naked guy.
And remember Jack Kelly.
Yes.
All you Maverick fans will remember him as Brett in the popular television series.
I never liked that show.
Oh, I loved Maverick.
Really, never watched it.
Really?
Never liked it.
Oh,
Never.
it was one of my
Absolutely not.
favorites. And in fact, I like Brett more than I like Bart.
No, Paladin was a good show.
Paladin was a great show, too.
Yeah, that's a
but
good
I
show.
liked Maverick as well.
No, you didn't.
I did, too.
All right, go ahead.
Kelly left show business and was a councilman and former mayor in some town in Orange County, Huntington Beach, I think it was. But he had a stroke last Wednesday and he died at the Humana Hospital.
Well, I didn't like that show.
No, I'm glad he's gone. They can't hear you.
All right, very good, Robin.
And a producer died over the weekend, one of your colleagues. How?
Dan Foreman?
No.
Oh, who?
Mark Rosenberg.
Oh.
The guy who produced the fabulous Baker Boys, Major League, and The Killing Fields. He was 44, died of a heart attack on Friday in Stanton, Texas, where he's on location producing Flesh and Bone.
I don't like that movie.
So, surprising. Very young man dropping dead on,
Very
on
sad.
the set.
Very sad. Now
Of a
he's
movie.
Flesh and Bone. Isn't that ironic?
Yes, that's true, isn't it?
He was producing Flesh and Bone, and now he's become Flesh and Bone. Wow.
Interesting. Thank you for pointing that out.
That's why I never do movies like that.
The Stallones, Sylvester and his father Frank Sr., have issued a letter disassociating themselves from a man who allegedly has taken the family name and claims to be the actor's brother. This guy calls himself Sal Stallone.
What does he call himself?
Sal.
Frank. Yeah, Frank.
No.
Oh. Calls himself Frank, huh? Anybody here have a name Frank Stallone? No, it's not his brother.
No, this is Sal Stallone. And I could swear that I know some women who met this guy. And he does throw around a lot of money at parties, and he claims to be the brother of Sylvester Stallone. And I had never heard of him before. And I remember women coming up to me and saying, yeah, I met Sal Stallone this weekend.
Yeah.
And he's a really nice guy, and he talked to me about his brother. He's going to tell his brother about me.
Ixnay on this story. That's Mike Ganji doing it.
So anyway, the Stallones say that they don't know who this guy is. He's an imposter, and he's been using the family name in an effort to influence the entertainment industry.
I see.
And they want it to stop.
Immediately. Robin.
That's what's happening.
Thank you, Robin. And by the way, before we leave, I just want to say, especially to the people of Las Vegas, I've been receiving, we put out a new video called Butt Bongo Fiesta, which I highly recommend. You can order it by telephone only. It will not be in your stores. We've had it on sale for like 2 or 3 weeks now. And I must tell you, it is an exciting tape.
Now, you said you were going to read some faxes earlier, and you never got around to it.
Just to give you a little bit of enticement here, it says, to Howard, I couldn't get through on the phone, so I faxed. I really enjoyed Butt Bongo Fiesta. It was by far the best thing that you have ever done to date. Thank you very much. I think you're really great. I've been a fan of yours for 5 years. You know, it's not often you put out a tape and somebody writes you a note like this, but the notes continue to come in. Lesbian Love Connection was amazing. And the fact that you taped it, what can I say? Thank you to your crew. And thank you for putting out this tape. From the time we saw you... Oh, it goes on and goes on and on. Nothing more about the tape. Yesterday, my friend called me at work to tell me that we received 2 copies of Butt Bongo. He got me a set so we could have 4 pair of 3D glasses so we could view your tape with our wives. Which was a bad idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, needless to say, we made a party out of the first viewing. I got a babysitter and went to his house. What a effing tape. The both of us got looks from our wives as our tongues hit the floor and our and our genitals hit the roof.
Oh, dear.
Jessica was great. That outfit, that body, the 3D was fantastic. Lethal Weapons has my vote for an Oscar. Butt Bongo was cool. Next tape, get Susan. Who's Susan?
I don't know.
And I'll place my order today.
Susan who?
Oh, Susan, who must have been on our show last week. The Jamaican girl who played Butt Bongo.
Oh, is her name? Oh, Suzanne. Isn't it Suzanne?
Suzanne, yeah. Howard, Butt Bongo Fiesta is outrageous. Not only did my pants get tight, but they ended up around my ankles with my girlfriend on top of me. You are amazing. Call me, I'll do a commercial. Jessica Hahn and Robin, yum yum.
You did look good. I love you in Butt Bongo Fiesta with that hat, Robin.
Well,
is
I'm
it,
wearing
Gary?
it now.
I wish you would. What?
I was going to wait till you were talking about something else. Baba Booey. Song parody contest.
Well, I'll have to talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
And anyway, so it's available. It's 1-800-52-STERN. You get your 3D glasses with it. It's $34.95.
You never did answer my question about emasculation, and I'm not going to let that go. I want to know about that.
Do that tomorrow, though, okay?
Oh,
Don't
I
forget.
definitely will. I want other women to know, too. People
right.
ask me this all the time.
I'll have an answer for you tomorrow.
Just got to go look it up.
That's right. 1-800-52-STERN is the number, $34.95. Have your credit card ready. This is brought to you by Infinity Ventures and me. And especially for you guys in Vegas, if you really want to see some wild television, you just dial that number now and order.
I was at in a bar the other night, and they had Butt Bongo just playing up on the TV, but without sound on.
Yes.
You're kidding.
And let me tell you something. Without sound on, it really makes you want to buy it because the whole bar came to a complete halt twice. Once when Jessica Hahn was standing there practically nude, and once when the lesbian thing was on.
Right.
And then they replayed the tape again, and all the guys were just like flipping out, and they were all going to buy it the next day because they saw the lesbians.
Anybody who loves this show has just got to pick up the phone right now and order this thing. You will love it. Take it from me. Jackie Penthouse, Joke Page Martling this Thursday, November 12th at Bananas Comedy Club in the Fort Lee Holiday Inn in Fort Lee, New Jersey. For dirty jokes and information, call the all-digital 516-922-WINE. Next Thursday, November 19th at the Funny Bone Comedy Club on South Street in Philadelphia. Go try and stump the joke man.
Yeah.
Well, we have exciting news tonight. This is the first time I've seen Fred Norris put a plug up.
Ooh.
That's right.
Fred Norris will be appearing in Foreplay, one of 4 one-act plays by Frederick Strappa.
This is tonight.
Tonight at 7:30 at the Village Theater.
Darn, I'm going to miss your debut,
going.
Fred.
That's 133 West 22nd Street. And that's every Monday for 4 weeks.
Oh, maybe I'll
It's
get there.
exciting. Sorry?
I'll only be in it for this week and next week, and that's it.
Why?
Because we'll be in L.A., and that's it.
I see.
It's a limited engagement.
A limited engagement.
A limited Fred Norris engagement. Fred feeling a little nervous right now?
Yes.
Nervous
very
Norris?
nervous. I'm appearing with
Why
the
did you
unknown
bring in
Coppola
your
tonight.
script and work with us?
Yeah, I would have helped you.
Well, I'll tell you what. It depends on how it goes tonight. If it goes great, I'll bring in the script and work on it. If it doesn't go well, I'll never bother you again with the plug.
Will you be doing a love scene tonight on stage?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Aren't you
My
working
first.
opposite the great Nancy Sirianni?
No, this is a different play.
Oh.
That was just a reading. This is an actual on-stage presentation.
Will you be making out on the stage?
Yeah. I
Really?
think I'm going to slip her the tongue tonight.
Oh.
How cool would it be if Fred had to kiss Nancy for the play?
That would be great.
Please make that happen, Lord. Let's play.
It's a different play, and they don't have that in there.
Fred, can I ask you a favor? If not too much, can you come in with the girl tomorrow and do the scene for us here live on the radio?
I'll ask her if she's busy.
Fantastic. I'd love to see it.
Very good.
Because I won't get to be there. Stuttering John will be appearing at the Sports Memorabilia Store. Who's on First? On Washington Avenue in Dumont, New Jersey this Saturday. I'm not
Is
kidding,
Fred's
Fred.
lovely girlfriend in this play?
No, she's not, but she'll be in the audience.
How does she feel
She
about
will
you?
sit there watching you kiss
She's
another
cool
girl?
about it. She's very cool.
All right.
I've
so-
watched her kiss other guys, so it's all right.
When did you see that?
in his apartment.
Yeah.
November 14th. For more information, call 1-800-544-5401 for Stuttering John. And also, Pig Vomit will be playing at Bazookas this Thursday night in Secaucus from 8 to 11. And you can join Scott the Engineer every Friday for Classic 70s Disco Night at the Country Club, 209 East 85th Street. And if you need a mobile DJ for your wedding or Christmas party, call Rocket Entertainment from anywhere at 718-BAG-5040, a member of the American DJ Association. And, Robin, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Fred Norris, good luck tonight.
Thank
And
you very
please,
much, sir.
I'm serious about that.
No, break a leg is
if
what
I
you
can't get her
say,
tomorrow,
Howard.
I'll definitely make sure it happens this week.
Excellent. Excellent.
Very good. Very good.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, everyone. And thanks to Las Vegas for the wonderful press conference.
Hi, this is Dave Herman on 92.3 K-Rock.